It's so nice having them. Anyways, hi y'all. I'm Vinny, Vander, whatever you want to call me. This is Records of the Realms. We are doing words in my head. We are doing the elemental extrication arcs, the individual ones we are doing monthly now. This is Fire Reheated, session 1. Sorry for the late start, as per norm, technical difficulties. We're consistently dealing with technical difficulties. This is the crew that we're working with this time. Say hi, everybody. Give a wave. Before we get into the game proper, we are gonna just spotlight a quick announcement. We have officially started our Kickstarter for Volume 1, Vault of the Ivory Queen, over at... Let's see if I can actually do this right. I am awful when it comes to the keys. Oh, hey, I did it. Proud of myself. Over on Kickstarter. So if you'd like to help support this channel, me individually, but also the wonderful amount of nerds with different backgrounds like art, social media, and stuff, getting it helps me help them help me, help us do this with the wonderful consistency, as you see we do with like 2 to 3 sessions a week at this point. It's got a bunch of stuff in it, magical items, new subclasses for Paladin, Warlock, which you will see played here, and Monk, which you will probably not see played anywhere yet. But besides that, you have magical items, feats, spells, a whole bunch of crazy stuff that you can pick up there if you so wish. But after that quick little announcement of it being live, we're going to have everybody introduce themselves, because you get us once a month, so you might not remember all of us. I'm Vinny or Vander. I run Vander Vision, which is basically cosplay, photography and videography, stuff like that, nerd culture stuff. Just because I always start this way, I'm going to go over to Alex first.
Hello, I'm Alex. I play Sir Deh-nys. Quail.
That is your name.
It's important to have the first and last name.
I mean, sometimes.
This is true. And if you want to just give them a quick download of what... we have your social up for Twin Palm PC, so if you want to tell them a quick thing about what that is.
We're just a little local business that wants to help folks who have a hard time with computers. And we just started about 2 months ago, so we're really excited. Otherwise, I'm very excited to play here with Vinny. I've been doing this for almost a year, and he's awesome. Nice. Everyone should tell him that.
I agree.
I mean, I'll take it. I'll take the praise. I don't have a praise kink.
I was so hoping we would all just sit here silently.
I don't have a praise kink, but I'll take it. All right. Toss it up to Lark. Lark, any info you want to share?
No, like I said in the doc, no links, just vibing.
Introduce your character, like a quick spiel, very quick spiel.
I play the illustrious wizard Malen, who's just ready to put every single spell, scroll, and book and knowledge in her pocket forever.
Toss it up to Ange. Ange, take it away.
I'm Ange. I play Evie. And it's been one hell of a journey, and yeah, I got nothing.
You also have an amazing radio.
Animazing Radio is a anime and nerd culture podcast that I co-host Sunday nights. So if that interests you, come check it out.
I'm nothing.
Leo. Leo. What you
I'm Leo. I forgot where it was for a hot second there. I play Gromagul and Bear. Technically, Vinny plays Bear, but I created Bear.
We back and forth.
We do back and forth. You can find me at Pine Size Cosplayer, both at DeviantArt and TikTok, Instagram.
Hell yeah. And then up or slash down to Natalie.
Hi everyone, I'm Natalie Fuinia. I cosplay and do illustrations, and you can find me online at Natalie Fuinia on most social medias. I'm also the keeper slash producer of the Storyteller Squad, which is a Monster of the Week podcast, and we are available wherever you listen to podcasts, if that's your thing, which you're here, so it probably is. Check us out. Oh, and I play Corinne. She's a weird anime monk slash cleric.
Yep, we have a lot of multi-classes in this, and then just someone who's a wizard. And because I couldn't fit all of Dennis's stuff into a single thing, I just called you a ghost barber. Because
Yes.
I literally couldn't fit all of them, so it's just like
Perfect. Absolutely perfect.
Legacy class.
yeah.
Yes.
If you don't know what, about Dennis because you weren't here for session 0, Dennis is like at least 7 classes. I've lost track.
I am 7 classes.
Cool.
One for every day of the week.
No, that's the lions. Actually, no. Now I have a bucket of them, so
It can be both things.
it really could.
Wait, are there monkeys too now?
No, just lions. We're not going to
Lions.
go the full.
How many lions exactly?
I was just about to look. I do think it's just a bucket. I think I wrote down 1 bucket.
That's not a quantifiable amount.
I think we decided it was 365.
Yeah, 1 for every day. Oh yeah. I have golden lions bucket. That was the listing.
So until there is a call otherwise,
We know information.
we'll just
Sorry.
assume there is an everlasting supply.
Yep.
Until
He's
something
still looking for
happens.
all their friends. Yeah.
When they get yeeted into the sun or something, I don't know.
They better not.
You can stand to lose some lions.
No, we
I'll say
cannot.
You're my
thanks.
friend.
No, we cannot.
Thank
No.
you very much.
They're a collector's set, Vinny. What are you
Let's
talking
stand
about?
to lose some buildings.
No
Okay.
creature is going to die.
Nope.
A couple creatures may die, but like it'll be on like natural terms, all right?
If they do, it will be because they abso-freaking-lutely deserve it.
I don't know. I'm still gonna try to make friends with them.
Nobody we know. We're too rich to die.
Exactly.
The life we all want to live.
I said like a hero and not a terrible villain.
Yeah.
It's
great.
My God.
Why would you put that into the
It's your
universe?
hero.
It's fine.
What?
Why is your hero's pose backlit from underneath?
The uplighting.
Da-na-na.
So, anyways, very quick summary of what happened last time, just on the, again, off chance you didn't watch our session 0, which is on YouTube, so if you want to watch that, you're welcome to go watch that, and then come back here later, because this will be up here for 2 weeks. In the Fire Arc, this group, minus Lark, who, slash Malen, who will meet at some point, where we've yet to like really make this pizza and like spread that down
I
and
think
figure this
the
shit
proper
out.
verb is adopt.
Yeah.
I guess that was how it was used. Beforehand, in the last couple of sessions, and then through some of the talks that we had of session 0, they saved a kingdom that was going to have a bunch of volcanic activity explode and destroy the entire area, which in the end did actually happen. But between a lot of great actions, they were able to save all the people, save all the animals, take down and capture all the bad guys that they wanted to, and basically did all the and also found a diamond that was, I think, 50 feet by 50 feet by 50 feet, which came out to like 10 billion
Trillions.
gold, 1 trillion gold.
It was
ridiculous.
trillions. It was in the
It
trillions.
was
for
in
sure.
the trillions. Therefore, they were allowed a black metal credit card shopping spree, and the order was flying armada, robotic army. Basically, you're like, let's just have robotic. Let's artifice together things that can like do the things that we need.
Iron Golem Task Force.
Yeah, healers, scientists. They basically started what, if you are an MCU fan, what is basically Shield, which was renamed for us because we don't like copywriting. I believe Dragon is what the end result came out to be, because Natalie / Kieran really hates a dragon and just really wants to say that she's the better dragon. Is literally the end result.
She's in fact the director of dragons.
Oh
No,
my
he's
God.
actually a really nice guy.
Once you get to know him.
No, he's always been really nice.
This is factual. This is
She
factual.
doesn't know how to be patient.
He needs to prioritize things.
As they slowly make dragon or dragons. Is there an S at the end for the?
I don't think
abbreviation?
there was an S.
Okay,
I think
so-
it's just
I think it's
dragon.
just dragon.
Okay, so as dragon,
What did it stand for?
I'll look it up.
Remember.
we'll tell you. in a
I'll look it
second.
up.
Yeah.
Code for I'm gonna make it up.
It's written somewhere. As dragon is
sure.
being built, they use some of their downtime to individually buy spell scrolls, redo some of their level ups, aka like repurposing their capabilities. Some of them, talking more with the dragon folk that were around there, like the dragons themselves, and learning more. Getting in touch with people with task force. Rika, who was a person who was part of the group, an ex of Kieran's, and also like kind of a member of Team Blaster at that point by the end, got a girlfriend and just like went and did her own thing. She's not going to be around. You guys just have to deal with that now. Saluzen, who was the person that they originally came to find, also known as Not Laz, and Minnie,
Not Laz.
his
And we constantly forgot about it.
his
He's
familiar.
just not.
His familiar. Both are also doing their own thing, specifically because no one here wants them in the group.
Minnie was awesome. Laz, on the other hand, whatever.
So
Vinny was awesome.
these
Anyway,
Minnie lied to us several times.
so these four chucklefucks, along with Kieran's now girlfriend Clem, are currently building or finishing or like dealing with dragon stuff along with whatever other people they adopt. Along the way, which will probably end up being the first thing we introduce, is they will end up meeting Malen. And they are going to be going on what was originally the first mission, which was set to them like at this time probably 2 or 3 months ago, because you guys needed time to like build an airship and all this other crap. Was to go save, among the other things, there are other groups who are doing other things in the world, and they did not complete every duty that was asked of them. The current one they are trying to solve is Avali, the city in the clouds, which got overtaken by a dragon elemental made of air, that basically has made a hurricane tornado wasteland of the mountaintop. And if someone doesn't deal with it, there's going to be continuous problems from that area. Literally, the entire northern half of a continent is going to get wrecked. So, that is
like that.
That is their end goal, is to get there and solve that problem. There are different ways we could start this. We could start in the moment and flashback, and that seems to be what people would enjoy. So I'm down for making this happen. So, Team Blaster. All 5 of you, plus your dancer class, girlfriend Clem, and your conjuration wizard himbo, Ponthorax. 2 NPCs who are the only 2 NPCs you fuckers get. Because you're strong enough.
Until we meet another one and
So
bring them with us.
Bear doesn't count as an NPC.
No,
Of course not.
Bear is a
No.
PC.
Absolutely.
Played by Leo.
Yeah, no, I didn't give up all of my money and all of my magic items for an NPC.
Exactly.
No.
He is a PC. Your group of 8. You 8 sit at a round table together
I need
and have
his-
your discussions. Are currently on your singular airship. Other models are still being built and they're taking a while. This airship, which eventually I'll give you guys a map for, so you guys can actually like fill it out and like have it be like
Ooh.
your thing to like arrange your wants.
Heck yeah.
This airship is an elemental airship. The thing about Vigari and also a lot of the inventions in general is they use elemental gems or elemental powers to run them. So this thing runs off of wind and fire power. There is also basically a crystalline orb with basically elemental gems imbued into it that is used to control this ship. There is an earth and a water one as well, allowing you to mobilize specifically on top of water and underwater. And the earthen one is basically what is used for landing safely in desperate situations. So on this ship, on probably the prow of the ship, knowing you guys, all of you goddamn motherfuckers just waiting at the edge, staring over the end, have for the last, 2 days, have been dealing with just straight wind in your guys' face. Continuously blown back the entire time. You guys were assumed, maybe, from what maps you had, probably 200 miles away from where this dragon is, if this dragon did make the lair on top of the city. And you have just, when you reach that 200-mile mark, you continued to go, and since that 200-mile mark, you have been dealing with nothing but this wind. That's how far-reaching this tornado effect has been. It has been slowly getting rougher and rougher as you've been going. It is at a point where you guys need to talk at a higher volume to make sure you can hear each other. It's not yelling, but it's like when you have to raise your voice because kids are talking in the background. It's like that.
It's yelling.
It's close to yelling, but it's not quite.
It's
For
like
us-
if you've ever been on a boat.
Yeah. It's true.
You guys have a fully spec'd ship. At some point we'll go over the exact features, but we know that you guys have some weaponry involved. Some quick escape implements were involved, because I think you guys said you wanted medivac stuff and things like that ready. So you have a scientist, an herbalist, and a few other people on board who are continuously making stuff for you. I don't know if anyone here has played Skies of Arcadia. This is literally Skies of Arcadia, which is really funny. You guys have.
You have a list of our crew that I sent you a while back.
Sure, I probably do somewhere.
It's somewhere.
I think it's in the Discord chat.
Sure, I probably do somewhere. You do understand I run about 8 different timelines.
Does anyone want to know what Dragon stands for? I found it.
Yes, please.
Yes, please. Thank you.
It's the Disaster Relief Aid and Global Operations Network.
We should double check to make sure no one else also has that, because that also feels good enough that I think someone else could have it.
I can have good ideas, Vinny.
You could. I would just double check because copyright's a bitch. I don't feel like dealing with that. But yes.
I'm liable.
But yes. You guys have been going for 2 straight days. Nothing has changed. Very recently, every once in a while, you guys run into, besides you've seen animals escaping from that direction, flying away almost continuously all the time. It's very sparse and in between because most things have cleared out by now, but those last few that found a way to escape, you are now seeing every once in a while little tornadoes, very small, a foot tall, that take shape, and yeah, they're literally not even minor elementals, they're baby elementals, and they're just every once in a while one comes onto the ship and immediately starts to attack you guys. So every once in a while, one of you has to take your staff or something and just bop, and it dies.
Take a vacuum, suck it up.
Dennis has at least 3 encounters where he hugs one and it just dies in his arms, and he's unconsolable for 30 minutes.
You go to give it a haircut, you cut one hair, and it just...
Yeah. These things do continuously just want to hurt you guys. But to quickly allow...
It's just chasing them.
Angry babies. Got it.
But you guys have finally started coming up to the mountain range that Evolve sits on. And because you are in a ship that is quite faster than most other things, you are starting to be able to see over the mountaintop, and in the distance, still miles away, you can see what is literally a tornado. It looks like a normal tornado that's within 100 feet of you, but it's currently 10 miles away. It is enormous, and it's encompassing tops of like a good quarter of what's left of this mountain range. And from where you see it hit the mountain range, you just see it go up into the sky, connecting with clouds, and you just see the continuous influx and turning of clouds. But you guys have a few moments before we'll have you guys drop in, I guess was the plan. So if you guys want to talk or prep anything in particular before we get there, it's you guys, your crew, which at some point I'll try to look up. But again, I have a lot of things.
I have the list available if you need me to reference a name for you.
If you want to literally send it to me so I have easy access for it, that would be great.
Sure.
Thank you.
Do you want a Google Docs link? Do you want me to just message it to you, or
just send it to me on Discord?
Okay.
Thank you. But yeah, you guys are around hanging out.
I do have featherfall.
Yeah, which is as if any one person has featherfall, I'm pretty sure it covers most of your group, which is great.
Yep.
But yeah, you five, along with your 2 NPCs, an additional PC known as Bear, are all hanging on ship. Having adopted.
Bear needs a nameplate.
I'll do it if you want me to. You've adopted some of the crew from the captain's old crew, plus brought in some new people, which we now have a list of. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, what would you guys like to do? You see this enormous storm approaching in the distance. There are now slightly larger elementals that run into you, and like ice mephits that come from the frigid cold of snow that is continuously raining down, and most of it just like hits against the ship and dies. But every once in a while something comes on board and one of you has to like cast a cantrip or something to get rid of it, because I think all of you have cantrips now.
Yep.
Team Blaster. We
Yeah.
start blasting.
We blasted. God,
It's like a hammer.
all I can picture
Is the
just-
ship, this is important, is the ship fireproof?
As much as any airborne ship probably is.
with a.
Bird.
Is the airship? Does it have like an inflatable section, or no? It's crystal powered, so that's not necessary.
Inflatable section? Oh,
Like a dirigible portion to it, or no?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
No hot combustible gases here.
Sails though, or not even that?
There's sails.
like
They're not
okay.
needed. It's aesthetic.
Gotcha. Cool.
Absolutely.
It's purely aesthetic.
Then perfect. So I
I'm
think
glad you said
Corinne
that.
like leaps from one of the masts and rides the sail down to the deck because she can't take fall damage. So just taps onto the like deck, runs to the front of the bow, like you said, and like hangs off the missprit, or no, the bowsprit. That's what it's called. Mesprit's a
Bowsprit.
Pokemon.
Mhm.
But just hangs off the bowsprit and calls back, Captain Valas, bring us in and then get yourselves out of here. We'll handle it from there.
How about everybody else? Let's start up top. Evie, you doing anything?
Evie would have been up in the crow's nest keeping watch on that storm.
And the literal only reason that they made the masts in the first place is because you probably requested a crow's nest. So they literally had to somehow make metallic masts, then metallic sheets that would actually be able to withstand being flown in the sky and not rip, just so you could have a crow's nest.
Hey, where
Treasure
else?
Planet solar panel.
Yeah.
Where else am I gonna hide and keep watch on things like tornadoes?
Yeah. So yeah, you're sitting up in the crow's nest. You are getting like windswept. Like even Corinne was getting windswept before, but you are like alone up in that crow's nest. It's like when you aren't holding to a side, it is nothing but you in the air. You are just like there, feeling the whirlwind around you.
Once it gets bad enough, I will acrobatic. I will, in true monk fashion, flip my way down and give everybody the heads up that it's getting worse.
Grom, Bear, Malen, Deh-nys. How about you guys? You're on the ship. There's the other crew members around. You hear Corinne yell out the order to Valas, I assume, right?
I think it's Velas because there's an apostrophe in his name.
That's what I assumed as well. Cool. Velas just like doesn't even respond, shakes head, begins slowly turning the ship so it starts ascending at a more at a quicker pace, so to basically get you guys above the tornado itself to let you guys drop down.
It's a flyby drop off for sure.
Mm-hmm.
On the ship as well. Have I already been assimilated into this group?
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
at this moment you
Okay.
are.
Yeah, no. In that case, I guess I put my hat on, hold it, and I'm gonna use my Ring of Featherfall. I'm just gonna jump off into the tornado, right? That's what we're doing?
That's where we're heading, yeah. So as
Yeah.
we're heading up there.
Yeah.
You just jump
Like-
first.
Malen jumps.
I know.
Did you just jump first?
Yep.
He's like, y'all,
Okay.
get this city here.
That's my favorite thing.
Great.
She's like, listen. She's here. We're going to this fucking like city in the clouds. Her researcher fee will be like, there's magical knowledge here, and if a dragon's gonna hoard it, it's gotta be good. And so, self-preservation, don't know her. Hat on, hold it. And she's just gonna like, I'll be like, all right, guys, see you there, and just jump off, and then just like slowly like float and then get swept up in the stuff.
All right.
Yep.
So as the OG Team Blaster members are standing there waiting for that OP to drop, so you guys can have this cool entrance before it even starts going off.
I just look at Clem and I go, "Oh, can we keep that one?"
He
And
just,
put my arm around Clem's waist and leap off to follow.
for fuck's sake.
Grom, Dennis, how about you guys?
So, I love the idea that Dennis is down below, like dicing with some crew, and has no idea what's happening.
Oh, fuck.
So if that's the case, Grom is on the deck. He just watched Malen jump off first, much to his fucking surprise, and then Corinne and Clem just jump off, and realizing Dennis is down, he's now got to realize, do I follow them immediately? I gotta go tell Dennis that we're going, though. So he looks at Bear, and he says, all right, Bear, you go get the bird. I'm gonna go get those lunatics.
I'm gonna use
Alright,
with that. I'm
never
gonna
mind.
use.
Oh, fuck. I don't remember if Dennis has Featherfall. Do I remember if he does?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Alright, yeah, no, so he sends Bear.
With that, watching all of that, I'm just gonna use the hat and send a message to Dennis with, "Hey, it's time. It's go time. They've already jumped off."
Got it. Dennis's response is, okay. And that's it. That's all you get.
It's
Yeah. Dennis collects a jar of dirt, his hat, probably some rope to make sure the hat stays on, and then he rushes toward honestly to a
An
porthole.
open window. Yep, thank you.
Yeah,
I was
and just
imagining it the whole
leaps
time.
out the window.
Oh my god.
Just abandoned my bear?
Oh, thank you so much, Alex.
So as
Looking through the whole ship for like 30 minutes, being like,
Oh
did he go out the window?
okay,
my god!
you go.
You wouldn't know.
Grom, you jumped already too, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. Grom jumped. You jumped. Evie, what are you doing?
if every. I'll jump.
All right,
Oh.
Oh my
Evie-
god.
So my bear is stuck on that ship now.
Evie from the crow.
Anime sequence starts. It's just us
Evie,
falling through the sky.
Yeah.
Half my tank.
Evie from the crow's nest just jumps out off the top as the ship keeps going by. From Bear's perspective, Bear gets down to the kitchen and is growling around.
Oh my god.
And you hear a voice say, "They left you too, huh, buddy?" And Ponthorax, your conjuration wizard,
You got it.
Drow, gives a nod and says, "Come on," puts a hand on him. The dimension door out just into the open air.
There you go.
So,
Yes.
so the order is Malen, about 100 feet below you fuckers. Malen, Kieran with Clem in each other's arms, each other's grips somehow. I'm not. We haven't defined exactly how that is yet. Next,
Bridal carry, little smooch on the cheek. It's very cute.
Like a Howl's Moving Castle.
Yeah.
Next is Grom, and Grom, after like a few moments of falling, Bear appears next to you with Ponthorax just holding on to the fur. Think you forgot somebody. He lets go and begins going back to land somewhere between where Deh-nys and Evie are, with Deh-nys, Evie, and Ponthorax picking up the rear. You guys in basically pyramid formation.
Put the wizard in the front. That's a really smart idea.
Yeah, the tip of this spear is a wizard, and it's not supposed to be.
Great.
It's not.
This is the best return to this group I could have ever hoped for. You're all incredible.
As you guys begin falling down, you guys see the overhead view of the ruins, the complete and utter ruins of the city of Avali. And as the camera zooms in on that, we watch it change into an actual map of Avali. You guys are now back over in your operations room, back in whatever home base you guys decided to take over. I'm gonna say it's on the outside of Tinnerol, just because that was the last place you guys like had the fortune and everything. And like, if you were like, "Hey, we want that island," they're probably gonna just let you have it. So you guys have your own island or your own corner of the mainland that you asked for, probably with a really cool building of some sort.
Dragon compound. Yep.
Yep.
Trees, plenty of trees.
Yeah, of course, because you monks all need to be crazy motherfuckers and running through them. And like not far away is where the construction of your original ship is currently going. You are meeting with Reheated and a couple other people from Tinnerol. Reheated, now deposed as king, basically, not in any like climatic fashion. He gave up the rule after you guys talked to him, after the wish was talked about and all of that. When he heard from you guys the suggestion of, maybe you need to not be king, even though that was more of a suggestion related to the wish, they were like, yeah, that's fine. Gave it up. Wasn't a big deal for him, really, in the end. But his partner, his wife, his consort, they are still together in whatever fashion they were. And as we saw before, is a very intelligent artificer of some sort that helped both Deh-nys and Kieran. She was able to. She had so many things saved, specifically schematics and maps of a lot of different regions, just out of sheer curiosity, and those were able to be provided to you guys. In addition to your crew that you have adopted from the original ship, and the other people that you've slowly been bringing in, including Rika is still here at the moment with Jazz Jot, because they're probably keeping home base together. That's probably what they decided to do, because it's still near Tinnerol and where Jazz Jot originally was guarding anyways. So that's probably where they're staying anyways. But you have the people with you, and you are looking over details, and this is probably, we'll say, the moment that you guys eventually run into Malen. You have slowly been bringing people in from all different trades and different styles. One of the big things is bringing in sages and archsages and people who have magical capabilities. This is also probably where you guys got Ponthorax. Whether it's a casting call or something, I'm gonna let you four decide how you guys decide to judge who is worthy to join the crew and stuff.
Could you imagine a casting call with us?
Yes, I can. It's
Oh
terrifying.
god,
It'd be terrible.
it would be a hot mess.
But
It would be a bunch of classic wizards coming in and being like, "I'm learned in the ways of the 5 plane." Boring. Get out. Like, next.
Deh-nys would be like, you can't join unless you can sing.
Yeah.
The end. Or an instrument.
So you four, in whatever fashion, I'm going to say, I want you four to set up the situation where both Malen and Ponthorax end up joining your group. Clem is already here because Kieran went and yeeted her and brought her over. You guys are
Well, we bought them the amusement park where she worked, so.
yes. Either way, well, I mean, even before that, we had you go in and romantically be like, "Come with me," and
Yeah.
that all worked.
Adventure with me, darling.
Yes. So you four are currently somewhere in your dragon compound, are gathering refined magical people of some sort. And similarly to how Kieran just described, there are quite a few, and it's not all of them are old and decrepit. Some of them are old and refined, because if you're a wizard, why not also feel and look refined? So you do have the people that have like a little of that Sean Gilmore flair, but it's like too little. It's not enough. It's just that little bit of like, I need to be pretty while I'm also casting and staring at my book. And, so tell me what happens, guys.
I mean, I personally like the idea that we bring in we put out the call, like, we're looking for specialists, blah, 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 and nobody seems to vibe with the group, and we just keep being like, probably the queen or the former queen is there being like, oh, I've heard of them. They're very powerful and learned, and they achieved such and such at the battle of whatever, and we're just like, yeah, I don't know. He's got a weird face. Or like, just like, completely, completely arbitrary and like not practical reasons. We just keep rejecting people, and then like I don't know.
Doesn't like pudding. Nope.
Yeah. It's like
just like intensely ask them about where they sourced their leather.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
Oh god.
Gemini? I don't think so.
And I think the very last person to come in from this like call out is Ponthorax, and we're just like, all right, who's this next guy? And Evie, I'll pass it to you. What is?
Yep.
And for once, Evie has absolutely nothing to say at all.
This is what I'll say for his introduction, which is very different from what you would expect. As we've defined before, he is a himbo. This man, this wizard, has 8 intelligence. he should not be a wizard. His athletics and acrobatics, pretty darn good. What's up?
An 8.
An 8.
Did I not pay? Was I busy at work while we discussed this?
Potentially.
I think so.
Probably. Oh my gosh.
You guys,
continue. I'm sorry.
You guys said himbo, so I made a himbo. So he comes in. Again, drow man, handsome features as like even some of the other people are. Shirtless, wearing like the smallest shorts. Has like the mage armor already going on him, and just looks around. It's like, this is where the magic people are doing their stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
What's your name?
Do the thing.
People call me Ponth or Ponthorax.
Okay. What can you do?
Say that again.
Ponthorax.
That's it.
Begins looking around.
Mm-hmm.
What's up? What did you think I said?
No, he just Dennis starts saying his name over and over to try to remember it.
Oh,
yeah.
I thought you were gonna say not Laz.
No.
Begins looking around, just kind of stretches a bit, and like opens up, instead of like a big tome, has like one of those really like small like little notebooks, brings it up really close to his face. All right. Opens up like a bunch of like random portals, like small portals, and like falls into one, and then like comes through another portal, 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 another portal, another portal, another portal, another portal. Hits maximum terminal velocity, and then one portal shifts at a right angle, and he comes out and just slides on his knees.
You're hired.
Right, that was rather impressive.
Get this man a shirt and a job title.
Aperture Laboratories who?
Now you're thinking with portals.
There you go.
But yeah, I like I like the idea that Ponth is the only person of the people that actually show up to the casting call that we hire. And then, like, later that day, we
Mhm.
take a walk in, like, the markets of Teneral. Like, God, I
Yep.
can't believe there weren't any better wizards. Like, I guess Ponth is cool, but, like, geez. And
Yep.
that's when we run into Malen.
Yeah. So
So boring.
So yeah, you guys, after your casted call, you find there's probably a couple other prospective people, but like the person you know you want on your team is the guy that can create portals and just like shirtlessly dances through them. Because why not?
This dancer adds to the performance aspect.
Correct. And yeah, you four with Bear, so you five, or six maybe with Clem, are walking through the city. Malen, what was your most recent theft at this moment?
Oh my god.
Who did you yeet into geet their latest scrolls and or spellbook?
Okay, I want something to be clear here. Malen asks first. Malen is a polite, dignified young lady. She was raised by a very prominent wizard of his time.
Do you take a no, though?
I've taken a no. And that's where things got messy. So, like, she was talking to, like, this noble person whose, like, weird fucking hobby was using magic that he was never good, like, collecting magic that he was using. And he went this old tome, and Malin was like, hey, this is really cool. Can I look at it? I don't even want it forever. I just want to be able to, like, maybe, like, copy it down, bring it to a library. Like, the people need to know what's in here. And he gave me a big fat no. And I said, okay, have a great day. And then I circled around the back and I dimension doored into his bedroom and I took it. And she's not very good at sneaking. And so immediately was caught. And,
Walks out the front door.
Well, yeah. So she's just like walking out the front door. And the guy's like, hello?
So, perfectly related to this, I have the perfect person for that. There is the Master of Magic named Zamir, who was in Teneral, that these Chuckle Fox also screwed with, who is actually technically an Order of Scribes wizard as well, which makes this even funnier.
That guy.
He's a Crystal Dragonborn. He is a Crystal Dragonborn. And yeah, it's like at some point you go back, you teleport back in. Hello? Hey! He just starts running after you.
Start, like, I have, like, my own little, like, magic quill, like, hovering on my, like, shoulder. And both of us just, like a la, like, Crash Bandicoot. We just start running.
Yep.
I've got this big tome in my arms, and I am just sprinting down the street while, like, people are yelling after me. Like, she hasn't thought, like, oh, use magic again to get out. She's like, no, we have to run from the cops.
Malen, roll me a dexterity saving throw.
Let's see. Laboratory dice.
I love when the dice tell a story.
Very nice.
Is that your first official role as part of the team?
Hey, guess what? Gain a fate point.
Yep. So,
Yeah!
enjoy a fate point. Cool. I was really hoping for a low roll. I wasn't expecting in that one, but I was hoping
incredible.
All right.
That's amazing.
Get one more
Wow.
shot. Do not mess this up for us.
So as you're going, you look back at the wrong, inopportune moment, and this is where things go from the other three movies that we've mentioned and becomes very Road to El Dorado, where you just go like headfirst into a cart, which tilts and dunk, 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 dunk. You just start going downhill at a very, very increasing rate.
She like pops her head out of whatever's in the cart, like, I don't know, fabric or cabbages or whatever, and she's like, you know, not what I thought we needed, but I'll take it, I guess.
It's gotta be tropical fruit, right? So it's all like sticky and like making a mess.
Yeah, as you're saying that,
Mangoes and bananas.
it hits the end of like a wall, goes up, you get thrown over, and immediately get dropped over an edge, and you fall 40 feet and take, we'll say, 12 points of bludgeoning damage. As you do that,
This is all flashback, right? So I don't have to actually write this
Correct.
down.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
As you hit the ground with a quack, Evie, you're just like a little ahead of the crowd in that moment, and as you're walking, and like looking back mid conversation, you suddenly feel a looming presence over the top of you. Roll me a dexterity saving throw.
I think the
Oh
only
my
way I
gosh.
can fail is on a nat 1.
Well,
Dexterity saving throw. Bum bum bum.
Let me curse you.
That is a 28.
Holy
No,
shit.
that does somehow pass. As you feel this looming presence overhead, you just like sidestep a little bit and watch as a lot of fabric, now sticky fabric thanks to tropical fruit juices, hits the ground. The dust comes up from the recent ashfall that came here, and that little bit of ash that's still on the ground in the air just like coalesces on this very, very sad humanoid that is laying down on the ground face first.
Does like the long suffering groan, like lets herself up.
In which case, stuff. I can do stuff. Evie would actually try to cure wounds because she can do that now.
So you immediately rush over to this individual that fell from the sky. You're the first one there, and you're able to like put in some healing to this individual as they're slowly getting up. The rest of you see this too.
Malen like gets up and like dusts off a little bit, makes sure that the book's still there, looks at her and is like, "Hey, thanks, bye."
No. Evie, no, you're not getting away without an explanation. And Evie's gonna run after. Evie's just gonna run after.
We could just say you grab her because you are much quicker.
Yeah.
Also, I only have like a 14 dex.
Yeah, no, yeah, you are much
I'm
quicker.
covered in very sticky fruit.
Yeah, you grab her. Your hand is now stuck to her. As that happens, the rest of you get closer, and you can see, if you'd like to describe yourself, Malen. We don't have character portraits, so this would be a good time to actually hear a descriptor of what Malen looks like.
She is a human wizard with a very, very large, long, pointed hat that is like almost comically big. She's wearing a plain blue dress with a sort of like iridescent-y green blue like overcloak with the cool flowy arms and slits through. No, all of this is covered in like pineapple juice. And this cloak has stars across like the front of it. She has what still has this little like floating like dusty pink quill on her shoulder that's just sort of just bobbing there in space. She's got very, very, very long twin braids with like the blonde, like the e-girl blonde hair in the front, and then it's brown in the back. And there's like strips of blonde going through the braids as well. She would normally look very cool. Right now looks a hot mess.
I decided now this is how we're going to do it. Every time I ask one of you to describe yourself, I'm going to put up a portrait. So we now have Malen's artwork up too.
Yay.
So there we go. Got your adorable little self up there now. Yeah, so you guys see this very cute little person with a very large hat. I'm sure some of you appreciate the size discrepancies, as most of you, in some form or another, have also done that with random things of yours.
Or self.
Yep, or self. Bear just kind of tilts head, begins licking, because tastes good.
Bear.
Yeah.
Were you running on that walkway? That's dangerous.
Are you in trouble?
You're a fucking mess.
Yeah, I
Fucking rude.
I looked
I
at
did not know that.
I looked at the wrong time, and I just face first into a cart, and I had to save the book, So, I really should get this back to the library before it gets hurt.
You.
And she's oh shit, oh fuck.
Being chased.
As you say that, the crystal dragonborn tilts his head over. Misty steps down to the opposite side that this crew is on, and looks and sees you guys. And you guys know Zamir. You talked to Zamir a couple of times with some of the artificing and random stuff that you dealt with. He says, "Thank you." This individual decided that what is mine is also hers.
Okay.
That's nice of you to share, Zamir.
Yeah.
But no, see, she came in and took my stuff.
Oh, so you let her in?
Yes, because she wanted to talk and ask about taking my stuff.
You know.
So she asked first.
Mm-hmm.
Are you saying you let a guest leave without giving them something to remember you by?
Wow, rude.
Jeez, Zamir, we talked about this.
Torn between being like, holy shit, am I actually gonna get away with this? And also being like, no, that's
Someone stop that.
I look at the book. Could I make like an intelligence check to see if I know how much it would cost?
Sure. Make an intelligence check.
Cool. It's my lowest stat. It's fun. Here we go.
Oh my god.
roll high.
Cool. That
great.
is an 8.
Cool.
There you go.
Somewhere.
I just reach into my pocket and pull out like 300 platinum and hand it to Zamir. Does that cover the book?
Oh,
holds up.
I don't think it does. And he pulls out. Dennis pulls out his own platinum and puts it in his hand.
Holds up a finger. Goes over to the book. Stares at Malen. Opens it up. Pulls out a couple drawn portraits. Closes the book and does not remove the book from Malen's hand.
Drawn portraits like of himself?
No, family portraits.
Oh, okay.
Dennis was
Did he
super
tear them out of
interested.
the book?
No, he kept them in his book because it's his personal spell book.
Oh, okay.
So he took the things that were not replaceable by $6,000 and just decided to take those parts out. So grab the
Did
stuff.
him dirty in front of his dad.
God.
Oh shit.
Grabs him, snaps a finger, and Misty steps away.
Hi.
Kieran and then Dennis, please describe your characters as you have caused this mayhem by handing out this money.
Cool. Corinne is a tall, young Aasimar woman. She has sort of a coppery shimmer to her skin, but also a lot of like white geometric tattoos that run all over her. And she has sort of a cool silvery white hair. And she wears a lot of like sleeveless and like crop top style outfits. Just jackets with most of the pieces removed. Her powers are sun charged, so she usually wears stuff that can get access to the sun on her skin. She probably is carrying her staff with her, and has I would think at this moment a silver sort of pauldron slash arm gauntlet, and a mask of a fox's face, sort of lifted up and tilted off to one side. This is one form that her mechanical familiar Arvin can take, the fox helm. And yeah, she's, I don't know. She's tall and athletic. She's a monk.
Cool. Dennis?
So Dennis starts off as a Kenku. It's typical Black Raven Kenku. He has a few orange and red feathers mixed in from one of his classes. That's probably the Phoenix Sorcerer. He's after that, the clothing starts to get erratic. We got blues and purples and greens and yellows, whatever really suits his fancy. Nothing matches, and it seems like it's almost on purpose. He is in full plate, but it's also not matching. He has what looks like an arm guard that's probably more suited on a black guard. He has a breastplate and another arm guard that's probably suited for a completely different time period. And in one, actually on his back right now, he has a double scimitar, which is very, very important to a dead race. And he always, at all times, is carrying a lantern. It's very well made, shines blue when it's actually lit. And occasionally you'll notice that he'll light up effectively a small cigar, and will smoke it through a hole that's burned through his beak. And he wears a tricorn that probably would look better on Evie's head, but he seems to be very attached to it.
Oh, is that true? He switched over from helmet to hat.
Yeah,
I will change.
but I mean that's fine. The helmet looks silly on him, which is the entire reason I picked it.
Because Evie gave him the pirate hat during the artificing night.
Mm-hmm. I mean, in a fight, he probably switches it over because a sword can cut a
He
hat.
probably still has the helmet somewhere.
You can have both.
Absolutely. It's probably in his apartment.
You're rich. You can have more than one hat
You're
wear.
like,
We can have more than one hat, Vinny.
Yes.
He's
Whoa.
probably on top of it.
Oh, you know what? That's good point.
I feel like you switch out not to protect your head in battle, but like someone who like has really nice Nikes will like desperately avoid water.
Yep.
Mm.
There it is.
Cannot damage the drip.
You can't damage the drip. That's it. 100%. There it is. Yeah, that's Dennis.
Nice. So as this goes on, we fade back out and fade back in to you fuckers in free fall.
He's falling like a jackknife, just arms crossed, annoyed.
What, when you're mid free fall?
He's 3. Oh, yeah. I mean, he's casting Featherfall at the end, so it doesn't matter really how he lands. It's gonna be nice and soft anyway.
That's fair.
He might as well be comfortable in his anger.
That's fair. Just for the sake of having you guys close together, we'll say there's an evening out. Your very sharp spear point begins slowly becoming a group of some sort. So you're all are within 20 or so feet of each other, so you can like land together in some form of formation. Formation. We're not gonna get the full artwork this time.
And his belly flops.
We're not going to get the full artwork this time, but I am going to add part of the Avali art to the side of our thing, so that way it's at least there. It's going to be very small and hard to see, but that's fine. You guys begin coming down. You guys had to get to the top of this tornado to avoid most of it. And as you're coming down, let's actually do passive perceptions real quick. Evie, passive perception. I'm going to go down the line real quick.
Passive perception is 22.
22, right? Yeah. Gromagul. Malen.
10.
Kieran.
19.
Dennis.
14.
Growl and Bear.
There is passive perception. Yeah, meow. It's 13.
15. All right. Ponthrax is also 15, and Clems is a 12. So, of all of you there, people 15 and higher are going to see more than everything. So everyone else was like 12 or 10 anyways. So everyone who 15 and above. So Bear Deh-nys, Kieran, and Evie, and Ponthrax. You all see in this tornado, now that you're not in the main part anymore, you see how filled this place is with monstrosities. You aren't sure what exactly went on here, even though you definitely have some of the details, but it feels like there is a rip into a different elemental plane or something. Because everything below you looks like it's completely covered in snow and ice. And that's the stuff that's sitting and frozen there, because everything else is in the air. So you are continuously dealing with a torrent of just snow now. You're not in the wind itself, but you're still dealing with snow continuously moving around. And every once in a while, you watch this little like ice creature look around, like make little screech noises, and then like look up and see you guys, and like one or two of them just like fly at you guys as you're falling down.
Meanwhile, Malen's just like, oh my god, look at that architecture. And she's got like a little book out, and she's like trying to like write it down.
Yeah, you would think. Problem is, most buildings have now been flattened at this point. There are four buildings that were tall and made of a sturdy enough material that they did not break under whatever's been going on here. So you see one building close to the center, and then three, one at like each point equidistance from that one, that are still standing as remnants of whatever humanoid society lived up here at some point. Those things probably look interesting. Everything else is kind of depressing.
Ah,
Malen's
that
got her
was
eye on the
terrible.
prize, just not anything else around her at all. Ever.
Fair enough. So yeah, Evie, you are first up to see, and I'm going to let you be the first one to act because of this. And before we get into that, can you describe what Evie looks like?
It looks picture an elf, like a stereotypical elf. At a baseline, think female version of Legolas from Lord of the Rings, but then add in a little bit, but basically turn that into a hot mess. Because Evie spent way too much time in dirt on a pirate ship. So the hair was at one point like that white blonde, is probably closer to ash at this point, because shrug. Messy braid. Think monk style pants, think like Avatar, The Last Airbender, and then a pirate jacket that looks like something out of Pirates from the Caribbean. And also, Evie is unnaturally large.
Yep.
Like, elves are naturally tall, but make it taller.
Right. Evie, you're the first to act, and you're going to say you're the first one who sees this, because, hey, you have the highest passive perception. It's bonkers. What do you do as you see these creatures flying around, specifically these little, like, ice mephits that are, like actual, like, other things are flying around. You see air elementals that seem to not be paying you any mind, or at least not, like, noticing you guys as you quick fall, but these little ice creatures are, like, getting in your way underneath as you guys continue to.
I'm gonna punch them out of existence.
All right. There are two of them. Go ahead and roll me 2 attacks.
Bring up character sheet. If I knew what my base attack bonus was. 18 and 16.
Oh, yeah, those both hit.
Well, all right. Both max damage for 10.
You double strike on one, bring it down almost to death. Very, very close. It looks very, very hurt, but it just like kind of like shrieks, like the sound of like, well, an icy sound. We'll just say. I was gonna say like a chalkboard, but we'll just say it's like if ice had a sound that wasn't just ice breaking. And
You ever been on a lake when it's frozen and you like skip a rock across it?
I have not.
Yeah.
It's like a cool echoey like kind of
Yeah.
sound.
Like when you shake really stiff aluminum foil.
Mm.
Oh,
Yeah.
Or like
Interesting.
a
I do.
really thin sheet of metal. When you shake a really thin sheet of metal, it makes that wobbling noise, and at some point it makes a shearing kind of weird sound.
Yeah.
I would be so mad if whenever I was mad at me.
This thing almost dead. Still survives. But the next one with the highest perception, I think, is Corinne. So Corinne, you see that there's these two ice mephits. One is going up towards Evie. The other one is flying, I'm gonna say, at Bear, because Bear is the biggest thing.
Can Clem work in tandem on my turn?
Sure.
I would like Clem to use her whip and pull Evie away from the ice mephit, and then I will attack it from range as a bolt of radiant energy charges up in Corinne's fist, and she does it's like in the finale of Shang-Chi. Spoilers for Shang-Chi if you've seen it, where he's doing all the like strikes in the air, and but like every strike just sends out a blast of radiant energy.
Thanks. Spoilers.
Yeah, sure. Clem pulls out both of her whips. She like gives you like a foot of it to wrap around one of your fists. Kicks off from you. Uses the other whip to hold it out to Evie, who can choose to grab it if she so wishes.
Why not?
Grabs it, brings you out of the reach of the ice mephits. Roll me your attacks, Corinne.
Sure.
Just don't roll 2 natural ones and you should be fine.
Yeah, because I think I have extra attacks, so I don't even need to burn any key on this. Well, 1 is a natural 1.
Nice. Fate point.
But the other one is an 18.
Cool. That hits, and as it hits, it doesn't matter because it had 1 health left. You watch it make an explosion in that area that Evie was in. So as Clem pulls you out of the way, Evie, you watch yourself dodge this like explosion of icicles that probably would have hurt a little bit. So it was a good thing that you got pulled like a short distance away in the sky. With the other one going straight.
I just sort of soar like back next to Clem and shout over at Evie, "We got you, girl!"
Going up to Grom and Bear. Grom, actually give me a description for Gromagul, and then you can tell me what you do to this mephit that is trying to hurt sweet old Fluffy Poo.
Alright, well, Gromagul is half orc and half halfling. He is extraordinarily short for an orc, clocking in only at like 5'11" and a half. That is a play off of my own height. I'm not 5 feet tall, but I am damn near close. He is stone gray with a long black braid. He wears very simple textile clothing, and almost kind of ragged. He has one fine piece of clothing on right now, but it is, at this point, probably quite beaten up, which is just a very fine vest.
Yep, that nice,
on top of everything.
That nice vest you got on like session 10.
What once was a nice vest?
Once was a nice vest. He's still wearing it.
It's weathered to match the rest of the attire now.
You know, it matches. His fluffy friend, who has been his best friend for a very long time, is a large brown bear, which was made larger by a magical fish in the sea. And from his hip, Rum, who's falling like this, sees the winged things and says, "We're much, much heavier than you, I promise." He says this in beast speak, because he can do it at will. And when it doesn't take heed, I'm assuming.
Yeah, no, it's an elemental. It knows Aquin and Orin. So.
Alright, so, yeah, no. He has a passive perception of 10, so he's just assuming he's dealing with some weird looking bat.
It's fair.
When he just gets a screech back, he goes, right, and he unhooks a large hammer from his hip that looks pretty magical and just swings at it. Like, yeah.
Give me your attacks.
All right. Ooh. Yeah. That would be a 19.
19 hits.
Alrighty.
And you can also roll an attack for Bear too, because I'm assuming
Excellent.
he's gonna take a chomp.
And that would be... Oh, this stats for this changed, didn't it?
Probably,
I'm so
but,
sorry,
but
Vinny.
it's fine. We're not doing crazy combat this round, so it shouldn't make too much of a difference.
Alright, yeah, so that does 6 damage. He swings again because he gets 2 attacks.
Hell yeah.
And that's another 6. And then Sweet Bear. That's a 16. Poor bear.
Cool. 16 hits.
Okay. Alright. Just want to double check his... Yep. Claw damage. Oh, yay, that's 12 slashing damage from his...
12 plus 6. You guys heard it quite a bit. It goes tumbling past you guys as you both just take a hit at it as it tries to get on you guys. Dennis and Malen, if you guys want to do anything to it as you see it hurtling by those two with you guys now slightly more in the rear, so you guys could theoretically do something.
Malen, if you want.
Yeah, I guess at this point, Malen's like, oh, God, okay, and she's just gonna peel off one of the stars off her jacket, and she's just gonna throw it up at it. Be like, I'm falling here!
Like a boss.
I'm falling here. Okay.
The
So
vibes
gonna-
on Malen are so perfect.
Walking natural disaster. Okay, so that's gonna just be
It's right in.
magic. Okay,
I'm stealing that.
Are you gonna say it later?
I am.
Okay,
It's not even going to be a good place to
Kenku,
say
so
it.
he kind of gets to do that.
fifth
Mhm.
level spell. How do I do this? Magic missile auto hits, so I just need to do damage.
Yep.
Magic Missile became so fucking awesome.
Uh-huh.
Sorry. Just did.
So I'm just gonna roll 5d4.
I don't.
Yes.
You can. You're welcome to, because rolling damage is fun. But you auto kill this thing.
Oh, cool. Yeah. So five little. I throw the star. 5 little stars break out of it, and they all just go and just scream through the sky and just annihilate it.
You watch as it explodes in the distance. As it slowly starts getting. It tries to catch up to you guys, but you're going terminal velocity at this point, so it really doesn't have a hope.
She just like flips her braid, even though they're already flipping in the air. She's like, "Nerve of some people. Come on."
The energy.
The energy. It's perfect.
All right,
Immaculate.
Dennis.
I asked Arvin, what the heck did Malen just do? Ah, you see, she was in possession of a robe of stars, which can be used to cast the magic missile spell. Gives like a rundown, like,
Yeah.
holy shit, our new teammate is amazing!
Your stocks have gone up by 5%.
The flying type Pokemon.
He's giving me the weather report.
It's windy.
Incredibly high velocity,
It's-
as a low pressure front remains centered around this mountain for the past 6 months.
Nope, she just says windy. She says it's windy.
It's fucking windy.
It's fucking Wemby.
I was gonna say that originally, actually. Dennis, because you didn't get to
Oh
do.
God, no! It has to be that because she's a fox.
Because you didn't get to do any fun battle things, Dennis. I'm gonna let you be the first to land. So how do you want to handle your superhero landing?
You like aggressively. The feather fall happens, but it's like the last possible second. So he just like go ahead and leaves the crater and just slams down 2 feet and then looks around like he's a tourist. Like it's really cool the landing, but he really doesn't stick the whole vibe.
Cool. We have at least 2 people who have featherfall, right? Does anyone else besides Dennis have it? Okay, cool. So we're not going to worry about it. Dennis lands first, creates a little impact, like the terminal velocity force that comes off of the bottom of Dennis's feet, just make a and then he lands softly.
Heck yeah.
And then the rest of you slowly coming down also lands fairly softly around as well. You guys have made it. You are in Avali proper.
Since it doesn't matter, since we have enough featherfall for
Mhm.
flavor, can Corinne and Clem catch the side of a building and just start running down it?
I mean, you can do that. Clem can't.
I'm carrying her.
Clem, yes. In that sense, yes. Clem does not have that ability. Yeah. Any monks are more than welcome to run across buildings as they
To
so
do
see
dope
fit.
monk shit?
Yeah. So, running and landing. Bear also lands softly, which is just very funny because you watch him come down like a goddamn meteor and then just.
I like the idea that he lands softly on his feet and then immediately falls like a dog in a car.
That sounds about right
Yep.
for him too.
Figure out what is happening.
And Grom lands exactly as he was falling. And he's just glaring at Corinne and Malen as they land.
Malen lands and is still scribbling and then almost doesn't realize that she's landed. Then she's like, oh, great, fantastic. What's next?
Next is, before we get into Avali proper, we're going to take a quick break just to allow everybody a moment to get up, stretch their muscles, and also get water and use bathroom. Basically, just switch out liquids as needed. We will be back in a few moments. Enjoy our break.
Like that.
Don't say it like that.
Probably the least liked. Things that smelled awful, ratty mud off the street, and One Love explained it as if you give even the worst thing a chance to be better, there's a good chance it might happen. Didn't we? I just talked to you guys.
Yes, darling, catch up.
Flavor text.
Sure.
I smile at them, and my smile does that creepy little curly hue, and it's just a row of teeth that are just all purple and green and just sinewy and just ugh, and it's terrible, like bone, you know, kind of thing. So, but like all curly cuey and everything.
Insane.
This is your monthly reminder to never fuck with Lyra.
Where are you choosing to place yourself at the table when you approach? No.
I do love the face that we got for this one, though.
We had such good progress for a couple of
It
minutes.
was very good. Oh, that's the end
This
of the
is such a
session.
great
No.
this is such a great photo. I want to capture that.
Take a screen.
All right.
No,
Funny
you're
shit.
good.
It's funny as
It
shit.
hurts now.
Yeah, full stress to full laughter does that.
I'm gonna mute now. I'll be right back.
You go to your thing.
Put it back, put it back, put it back, put it back!
I put it back.
I mean, when you take it out because you are strong, you feel like whatever it was attached to on the inside it snaps away from. So like it's like pulling out a weed. So like you can put it back on top, but it's just gonna sit there. It's not gonna be in the ground again, so to speak.
We definitely just killed this guy. Like killed this guy. Oh fuck.
Because I'm not sure I understand.
Is she acting good because she thinks acting good is going to keep everybody together, or is she just acting good because she got it all out of her system the night before?
She got most of it out of her system, so she's mellowed out.
Okay, that's all I was asking. Mellowette? Like just a little mellow? A small mellow?
She's
You
mellowed.
had to see that coming.
I'm hanging up now.
Hi, Mel.
5e monk class things just by typing in crazy gun monk in Google.
That sounds
surprising.
That sounds super correct. Yeah, Kensai
Yeah,
monks with guns are really.
Technically speaking, thanks to Tasha's, gun monk can officially be a thing.
It is. I made a bunch. It was great.
Oh my God.
It was really fun.
I hate this.
Oh, they were great.
Next to Arc, Crazy Gun Monks. Party
Yes.
name.
Yeah, sure. I'll recommend that to the Dark Arc people. Do you guys want to go get tattoos?
Fuck this.
Yes, tattoos. And
I would
then
like a
maybe
tattoo, Papa.
Stab me, daddy.
You didn't like that, Connie? I mean, Mel.
I got worse. It got worse when
When Nova talked?
Yes.
Yeah, I do that. I'm sorry.
And maybe you guys are able to stealth around in the zoo. The animals are helping you. They don't know what you're doing, but they like go in front of you when the time is right.
Help.
Missy is very noticeable. I would say Missy probably does not help. But like there's a giant elk who's just like standing there, takes 2 steps forward to block your view, to block the view for a second, 2 steps back. So yeah, you guys are able to spy as these two go around and, you know, check out like all the animals. That was creepy.
It's the makeup.
My grandfather loves box wine, so maybe this is actually a good thing.
What's up, Aasimar?
Something that is at least older than 15 years.
In a box?
In a box.
Do boxes live that long?
No, absolutely not.
I just
This
enjoy the phrase these
conversation.
boxes live that long.
This conversation.
Emphasis on live.
This is how I die, folks. Goodbye.
Cool. So Kind immediately locks eyes on Yvette and like starts swinging a hand back to start casting some shit.
Nope.
That also gets fucked.
No.
Bells is gonna jump in between.
Wizard duel. Anyways.
No, this is the real one.
This
This one's my fiance.
They just saved you. They just saved you.
I just healed your ass. I'll take it back.
All right.
Bells is fluttering in the air in
freeze up.
between Kind and Yvette.
Okay. She kind of just processes for a second and she just goes, "This ass is reserved. Thank you very much," and just gets up and starts dusting herself off.
And her head shoots up. She looks at Yvette. And she looks at Sid, assuming that they're in generally the same eyesight area.
Usually.
And she says, Yvette, would you like to run an experiment with me?
God. And they're right back in. That's all you needed to say. Irreparable friendship, who?
Centaur experiment.
Thanks.
Slam that notebook closed. Walk away from Kind and go right up to Lyra and like. Yes.
Together forever, we're Yvette and Lyra, best friends.
God, I hate how accurate that is. It doesn't matter. You've been gone for 6 months and you didn't say a word.
That's not that long.
At this
I'm
mo-
sorry, you up and left your partner for 6 months without a single
Word. Do you have any idea how often I try to talk to my girlfriend because I can't see her that often?
Friend?
Like, what the fuck is your problem?
I'm sorry. Who are you?
At this time,
it.
Bells and
Friends?
Bara appear as well.
My name's Kind. It is not my pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Likewise.
I mean, there's people. But there's not like a lot of people, but people.
Oh, I didn't know. I assumed we were the only 4 in the shop, so that's my mistake.
Well, I mean, his shop is kind of like an outdoor stall. Like again, he's literally like that guy from the opening from Aladdin, where it's like it's
No, the face.
My
I want
mistake.
that. I want that face as our new group chat.
Please no. Please no.
It's happening.
Seriously, me for fuck.
The crying.
Smoke inhalation.
And she smoke inhalation, and she.
That's amazing.
Sid gets a sending message and just hears in their minds.
Oh fuck. Oh fuck. Oh fuck. Oh fuck.
Here's,
Oh fuck.
Here's, Mama, I haven't failed you yet. Much improved. Where the hell have you been? Miss you. Fuck 'em up.
I will say you don't get that message.
What?
What?
You're not playing that character right now. You don't know what's going on. Sid, you have a nice daydream about a message from Maybe.
Oof.
Vinny. Ow.
Vincent, the fuck?
I really want like pixie form of like Eldritch Blast.
That's not me though.
All right, Mickey Mouse.
This is only slightly horrifying. It's also really fucking cool, and I want to know how they did this because I want to write all my notes like this.
I've missed you.
I missed you too. Do you think it's a spell? Or do you think it's a special kind of thing?
I don't know. Or perhaps this is pence, right?
Yeah.
So do you think the other ones are all writing their
As halflings, we can run through large creatures. I'm going to run between its legs and try to get his attention over here and say, "Hey, you're going to stop that now."
His head does turn towards you, and the eyes light up again to blast, but as you come around and confront it in that way, there is a delay in the moment, and it gives Ave a moment to act before that fires off.
Round. How are we feeling, guys?
I am not feeling good.
Just fucking peachy.
Cool.
Did I take any damage from that real quick?
Oh, you took 14 damage. Thank you for reminding me.
So happy to help.
Never remind him.
Hey, did we have homework last night?
That was
I'm not drowning.
that was-
I am sleeping so good.
that was kind of the, that was kind of the energy that got tossed out.
And her head shoots up. She looks at Yvette. And she looks at Sid, assuming that they're in generally the same eyesight area.
Usually.
And she
Usually.
says, Yvette, would you like to run an experiment with me?
God. And they're right back in. That's all you needed to say. Irreparable friendship, who?
Centaur experiment. They slam that notebook closed, walk away from Candon, go right up to Lyra and like, yes.
Together forever, we're Yvette and Lyra, best friends.
God, I hate how accurate that is.
5e monk class things just by typing in crazy gun monk in Google.
That sounds
surprising.
That sounds super correct. Yeah, Kensai
Yeah,
monks with guns are really.
Technically speaking, thanks to Tasha's, gun monk can officially be a thing.
It is. I made a bunch. It was great.
my God.
It was really fun.
I hate this.
Oh, they were great.
Next to Arc, Crazy Gun Monks. Party
Yes.
name.
Yeah, sure. I'll recommend that to the Dark Arc people. Right. Do you guys want to go get tattoos?
Fuck this.
Yes, tattoos.
I
And
would
then
like a
maybe
tattoo, Papa.
Stab me, Daddy.
You didn't like that, Connie? I mean, Mel.
I got worse. It got worse when
When Nova talked.
Yes.
Yeah, I do that. I'm sorry.
Put it back, put it back, put it back, put it back!
I put it back!
I mean, when you take it out because you are shrunk, you feel like whatever it was attached to on the inside it snaps away from. So like it's like pulling out a weed. So like you can put it back on top, but it's just gonna sit there. It's not gonna be in the ground again, so to speak.
We definitely just killed this guy. Like, killed this guy. Oh, fuck.
It doesn't matter. You've been gone for 6 months. You didn't say a word.
That's not that long.
At this
I'm sorry, you up and left your partner for 6 months without a single word? Do you have any idea how often I try to talk to my girlfriend because I can't see her that often?
Friend?
Like, what the fuck is your problem?
I'm sorry. Who are you?
At this time,
it.
Bells and
Friends?
Bara appear as well.
My name's Kim. It is not my pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Likewise.
Where are you choosing to place yourself at the table when you approach? No.
I do love the face that we got for this one, though.
We had such good progress for a couple of
It was very good. Oh, that's the end
This
of the
is such a
session.
great.
No.
This is such a great photo. I want to capture this.
Take us. We're back. Hello, y'all. Hope you've been missing us, just like we've been missing you. Again, before we get like super duper fully started, I'm gonna toss out one more time that we do have a Kickstarter going on. Link is also in the thing. Very much love it if you would give it a look. We appreciate it. I appreciate it more than everybody else, but it's appreciated. Besides that, we are going to hop back into them landing in a volley. And from there, basically whatever the hell the rest of the session ends up being. Where you guys land is a sword site for a couple reasons. More than anyone, it's probably going to piss Gromagul off, but I doubt anyone is specifically going to love it. When you guys land and find the area, it takes a bit of looking around to see that, like, you see some barding, you see what looks like pens, and then after a bit you see frigid, frozen corpses of what look like griffins, pterodons, bunches of creatures that were either in cages or like were leashed up beforehand, or some creatures look like they were just like trying to get other things out. It looks like these creatures just got wiped at some point. Whatever this was, it seemed to be a place that was selling steeds of some sort, and those that did not escape did not survive.
You were absolutely correct in your assumption. Gromagul is fucking pissed right now.
Yeah, it's fair. The rest of you also see this too, but Grom, your instincts kick up, like the immediate, like the feeling of like dead animal bodies, of just like being in nature, kicks up a bit, and you look around and you're like caged, pens, leashed. Not that it matters to you, none of them look like they were harmed in the areas they were in, but they did die because of...
let the fuck go.
Exactly. They
Why? Because of money? Oh.
Yep. Rest of you see this and probably get the heat.
He's like walking around and he's like rolling himself up. Anyone who knows Gromagul well knows that he's getting ready to probably tear shit apart.
Yep.
As
I mean, there's not much here to tear up that isn't already torn up.
I know, that's why he's going in circles and riling himself up, because there's nothing immediate.
But soon.
Yeah,
The Angie boy.
Yeah, to be fair, like, I mean, guess you could tear up things that are already dead, but that would probably also not make Rom very happy. The rest of you see this mayhem too, but as you are getting there, most buildings look like they got knocked over again from a tornado. Those that aren't are just kind of like a little bit sideways, or a little, like, you can see that everything is kind of pushed away from the central pillar, and everything is covered in ice. You guys land, and land stably because of featherfall, but you can already feel how slippery and how very unbalanced this terrain is already, just from being here. You are all dealing with difficult terrain unless you have abilities that let you the entire time you're here. So, a note.
If I have where are they? The spider climb shoes, does that negate it?
I shall look up spider climb.
Just to mention, as we landed and we start collecting ourselves, Dennis will say out loud, "Hey, don't forget, prepare," and he casts a spell on himself as a defensive spell. For you, Vinny, it's Armor Vagathus.
Nice. The surrounding ice just crawls up Dennis and takes over his form, and now it's even harder to see his face.
Yep.
Pantherax casts a spell on Evie and himself, giving both of you guys Fortune's Favor, meaning that you guys can have one free D20 reroll for the next hour.
Oh.
I like that. I don't know if mobile's going to be 100% relevant.
I'm gonna roll with Boots of Spider Climbing that it is specifically to help you climb, and like ice, difficult terrain, it doesn't really specifically affect, so I'm gonna say probably not.
Okay, I wasn't sure if it worked like Spider-Man grip or if it's just like helps you on a vertical
Well, it's
surface.
not even just that it's ice, it's like it's frigid, and there's like icicles and also snow. Like there's a lot of things that are making it difficult terrain. It's not just like slippery ice, which even if it was slippery ice would kind of feel more like a grease spell to me, which I still don't think that would help against. But yeah, we're just gonna rule that it doesn't. But I don't know what monk abilities you guys have. I'm sure you guys have something.
Looking at mine, the only thing I have is the mobile feat. When you use the dash action, difficult terrain doesn't cost you extra movement on that turn.
Oh, I mean that's still could be very, very useful in a situation, but yeah, that's fair.
You just have to run everywhere.
Which we kind of do anyway.
Yeah. How God, you have no idea. How windy is it? Do I think a flying creature would be able to navigate the area?
You guys are now in the eye of the storm. There is wind, but it is not the harsh winds that you guys were flying through. So you could, things could be in the sky and fly.
Cool.
Okay.
I'm gonna pull out a little quartz figurine of a snowy owl, toss it in the air, and if who's in chat? Chat, help me name my owl.
Oh boy.
Currently Mel's there, so I'm sure Mel will come up with something.
Oh yeah. Mel,
Heck yeah.
name this snowy owl figurine that Corinne calls on. But it, transforms, and I'll climb on their back with.
Okay, it's
Glenn,
it's
so
a
we don't have
giant.
to-
Okay, that's what I was gonna ask. If it was a giant snowy owl. Okay.
Yep.
In that case, when Corinne does that, Dennis just snaps his fingers and points at Corinne and goes, "Good idea!" And he points up to the airship, and there's definitely a planned thing that happens, and he's worked this out with some crew, and they push a dirty green recliner off the ship. and it comes just careening down, and it lands next to Deh-nys. And he gives a thumbs up into the air, and then he hops onto it, and his recliner of flying takes off.
I love that you summoned it like Hulkbuster armor.
There also just sees like this thing just land on the ground and is like, whose chair is that?
Deh-nys just hops in it, reclines it, and then it just like hops onto it like he's surfing, and it just takes off.
Incredible.
For those wondering, I am a very generous DM because this person made a joke about having a recliner as his broomstick, and I said, "Fuck yeah!"
It's ridiculous. It's amazing.
So yeah, Deh-nys gets to sit and lay back, his bucket of lions in his lap as he's it's like a bucket of popcorn as he's getting ready to watch his Saturday night movies. So we got 3 out of the 7 humanoids have ways to walk around. Bear still has to deal with difficult terrain. Should be fine though. He's a bear. The rest of you guys need to figure out if you want to find a way to avoid it, you can. But right now you don't really need to worry about it. I will say everywhere you look. Anyways, there are critters and creatures going around, and by creatures I mean specifically ice mephits that are forming out of ice shards. They just like literally crack and form, slowly exiting them. And then there are just like small little air elementals that are just like around, similar to the ones you had to deal with on the ship, but a little bit bigger. They're not the full-sized ones that you guys dealt with before, because I think you guys literally dealt with every single normal elemental type through Fire Arc. It's not the full-sized ones. It's still smaller versions, but they're still like creeping forward and like coming out of them. Some of them are beginning to notice you and just like look. Nothing is attacking as of yet. But
Malen is gonna like sort of wave, and in Primordial just be like, "Good morning."
Roll a charisma check.
Oh,
my
goodness
gosh.
gracious.
I'm glad you started that, because I just realized Deh-nys has Orin, and he was about to lay into him. So we're gonna let you lead this.
All right. Oh, it's 18. Plus straight charisma.
Straight charisma.
That is a not natural 20.
All right. 20. You hear back, "Good morning. Get to your post." That's all.
I
do.
I also speak Primordial. Could I chime in?
You could. Primordial gives you like a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
It's the everything bagel.
I'm not going to
slice
ask
of life.
anything complex. It's just we have to report to the one in charge.
Nothing complex. But okay.
Where's the alpha?
I need to your leader.
Yeah.
Roll me persuasion check.
Okay. That is a persuasion. A 15.
All right. Gotta roll a d20 for this thing. That's fine. We're gonna just see what kind of insight does this fucker have. Great.
Perfect.
At its clutch, and you watch a wispy like arm just go upwards, and it gestures to the main tower in the center of the city.
Cool. And nothing's attacking us?
Yeah.
Thanks, boss.
Thumbs up to Deh-nys. Let's go, everyone. I know you said before we got back, but like...
Yeah.
I'm gonna dash off, but I'm also gonna try and be stealthy if I can.
Sure, roll me a stealth check. Whenever you say this, specifically that exact phrase, is when you roll the nat 1 on stealth. So I'm really excited for this.
Where?
I full sprint to the city stealthily.
Not
Oh, no.
a nat 1.
What was it?
A 2. That being said, it's a 16.
You have to stop saying that phrase.
Literally, it's like the fucking code phrase for your dice to mess you up.
It's like the dice gods hear you.
It's at
and
least
they're like,
it's,
nah,
it's
not
happened,
today, though.
We know what's up.
It's happened at least twice, and both times there was a
Literally
nat
the
one.
like, watch this.
Hey, to be fair, the total is a 16.
I know, which is like still absurdly annoyingly great.
Oh man.
Cool. You guys like as you guys like have that conversation and turn around. Evie, not Evie. Corinne, you're the first one to see as Evie takes point and starts like going off ahead. With as you know, she is very. You are quick. Evie is nimble. Like there is a little bit of a difference between it. Like you are both nimble and you are both quick, but you both have your like expertise, shall we say? And you watch as Evie just and is like just beginning to dash away.
Evie chooses subtlety where Corinne would never.
Yeah.
Evie has two settings: either you're not finding me, or all guns blazing. Take your pick with no middle ground.
So the rest of you can.
And you will notice me.
So the rest of you can slowly start moving. Evie, you have to get out. You guys are basically in the southeastern corner of Avali, which is like on the edge of where this whole city orb used to be. That's where the tamed area was, where all of these creatures were raised. And as you begin heading towards the city, we watch you turn a corner, and again, as you turn that corner, we flash back to you turning a corner, heading onto your ship. Does your ship have a name? Have you guys named your ship?
I don't think we had.
I don't think we did either.
Cool. That's a thing to worry about for another time.
The Undefeatable.
Prototype 1.
Sure. Sure. Proto 1. Got you. As you Evie start walking down the gangplank that you guys have anyways, even though you don't need it. It could be fancier, but you guys know if we needed to still have masts and sails and sheets and crow's nest.
It needs to be a goddamn ship.
Yeah.
Also,
but it's like
need to get on to board your ship.
It's a mast, like you said, made of like future material, but it's got like wood inlay, so it's more extra.
It's all metal. No, it's all metal.
Yeah. There's like resin pores and fancy like.
You guys are being led by a dragonborn with brown scales who gestures around, named Pardon, like the word pardon, who is one of the lead architects, if not like the lead architect of your ship making. And this is you guys. We'll say after Malen is when it finally the first proto one was finally finished, and Pardon is just pointing around and be like, all right, now, like I said, this one's going to be the basic model. Every time we get a new edition, we'll make sure to add it in here first. And I know we have the high-speed ones. We have the armored ones. We have the evac ones. This one has a little bit of everything right now. It's nicely set up. I am not putting masts on all the other ships. They don't need the aesthetic. But we did put it in on this one. Please explore, have a look around, tell me what you think, as he lets all of you guys on with, again, at this point, we say Malen and Ponthalax. I had the name right before.
Parthanax.
Pontharax. Thank you.
Pontharax.
All 8 of you, your group that is currently going through the city, are able to walk in and check out the ship for the first time.
I say to the Dragonborn, this is the flagship. If we don't have a mast, where are we putting the flags?
You have a mast on this one.
Exactly.
I'm just saying, the other ships don't have to have flags.
It would have been a waste of material. The amount of mast material that we use, if we used it on 10 ships, that's wasting material from one ship. There's just no reason.
You make masts out of ships?
We all use the same metal for most of them because star metal and certain metals are just very useful all around. For making all of it, we had to make it all metal because we don't know what kind of conditions you're going to be facing when you're going to a volley. Looks over, I assume, the information you guys explained. Hey, guess what? We're going to be dealing with gale force winds consistently.
And you
And
want
then also we
masks?
want things that could get ripped off by wind on our ships.
Dramatically.
Yeah, so he was like, yeah, no, if we're doing a mast, it's going to be metal, and all of the sheets are going to be metal, so none of it moves.
I do like Malen's suggestion of like the solar like sheets from Treasure Planet or like other future tech, kind of.
Yeah, because I feel like your character has like the ability where like she gets power from the sun on her skin. Like, gotta have that on the boat.
Yep.
That's
no, it's 100% possible that this thing that like there are mechanical benefits to some of this stuff. We can work that out at another time. For now,
Evie's gonna deliberately walk around the ship, making sure that everything is up to standards.
Oh shit.
And then once that's done, bounce up to the crow's nest because that's what she would do.
roll me an investigation check with advantage.
$11.
As far as you can tell, it like seaworthy, I guess isn't the right word. You think it would be seaworthy if it went in the water. You don't know if it's airworthy. You assume it must be because you guys paid billions of dollars to get people to be able to build these fucking things. So, not quite your expertise, but you assume from what you see, everything like from what you know about normal ships, this thing fits it to the T.
Yeah.
So, should be aerodynamic. should float. Hopefully fly.
I think there's definitely a cute moment of Evie, like, because this is the first ship you've been on that's like your ship, of just like running your hand along the wood finish and like feeling all the brand new portions of it and like holding on to the steering wheel a little bit. Like, we just kind of watch her do her thing.
And then belts up to the crow's nest because that's where she
Yeah.
belongs.
Just like, finally the captain. Time to go to the crow's nest.
Because Evie is not the captain.
Yeah, I know. It's just funny. It's just people like certain spots that are theirs. How about you guys? Out of curiosity, what were like things you want like needed to be on this ship that like everyone requested something? Rob?
A garden.
Garden?
And for Bear, a beehive.
There's a section in there's a section in the middle of the ship that has like a low grade like force field over it that you can turn on and off, and when you turn it off there's like an indentation where this small like it's just like grass, so Bear can just lay out on the grass, and then there is an area where there can be a garden, and the one tree which like goes down 10 feet into the ground and then comes back out when you turn the force field on does have a beehive on it.
Excellent.
It does not open up when you are reaching a certain velocity. After a certain velocity, it doesn't open.
That's very fair. And whatever ends up being Grom and Bear's like private quarters, he's going to slowly, and he's going to try to be sneaky about it, like hide behind Bear and shit. Funnel a bunch of soil into his room. He's gonna make don't laugh. He's gonna make a moss carpet out of nocturnal moss, and he's going to make a mushroom garden in the corner.
Nice. Are your armadillos
yeah, they still around.
Cool. All right. So they probably make a little like habitat underneath your bed. That is theirs, where they roll up, go underneath, and just stay there when they want.
Yep. I'm glad he got a garden. Otherwise, he was going to be really rude to that engineer.
I make things work. I want to. If you're going to be rude to somebody, I need you to try for it. I'll make people accommodating to the millionaires.
That's fair. Grom doesn't understand he's a millionaire right now.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
Not in any way, shape, or form. Bear does somehow.
Yeah, Bear gets it.
You spoiled my bear. All
It's
of
like
you.
I get balayages every Thursday. Nails did.
He probably will buy massages and shit. I don't know. He'll have Dennis
If
fucking ask
if
for
I
him.
was a bear, I would buy myself massages. Are you kidding me? That'd be amazing.
Dennis
Corinne
would take him out to bakeries.
and Dennis. What are you guys
Like-
thinking for your areas? Like, there's like an area that like you need
Like
to
our
exist.
quarters on the ship?
Doesn't have to be your quarters. It could be just one of like the like if you were building your own ship and like you were like this needs to be a room or something that exists here.
I mean, I had outlined basic ship things that we would want just for like defense of the ship, but also like practicality in terms of it being a rescue vessel. But I think Corinne, like when people were like, "Okay, do you want anything special for like your room or whatever?" And she was like, "I get a room?" Like just started like probably asked Arvin and then maybe the consort of the former king like, "What do you think I should get?" and like asked for their opinion on that. But what she eventually settles on is a very like simple looking space when you first walk in. It's like the walls have these curtains draped down, making the whole room sort of surrounded in this like soft white drapery. And then just like a bed in the middle with a simple headboard and some like bookshelves built into the structure of the bed itself and like storage underneath for her very minor amount of personal items. But there's a dial like somewhere in the room, either on like a nightstand or something, but it causes a permanent like tunable project image spell to be cast such that when she sits in the bed and meditates or like wants a romantic evening with Clem, she can just like dial in and project it on the curtains around her, almost like the sound stages they use now for like movies and things, is the Quiet Pines forest or the night view of Morphe's Mile or the top of the mountain in Tenerol. Like,
So
and
you
it
got
just
shift weave for your curtains.
yes, to project different locations around the world
Nice.
so that she can be everywhere at once when she wants.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Dennis?
Dennis probably would have done something along the lines of, I know the ship has a doctor, but he would have made sure that every deck can be repurposed into like a triage ward. So like there's the main area where the actual the doctor would work and the hospital effectively part of the ship. But every single deck can be like restructured however it needs to be, almost like it's modular, so that it can be turned into like triage or just be taking in wounded or be able to handle that kind of stuff. And he probably would have requested in like a couple extra bodies for like nurses or just barber surgeons. But one of the big things was he would have asked Rajul to sign a piece of paper saying that he was actually a fucking doctor. So that way no one can say anything.
He did renounce his title as king, so it may not mean as much, but he will definitely give it to you.
Dennis still believes he's a king in his heart, so that's fine.
That's fair. That's the friendship you two have. It's just the way it is. He's like, sure, doesn't question it, just writes it for you anyways.
And that's set like in an office that him and the other doctor share. He never goes there, but his like doctorate is up on the wall.
Nice. And it's funny you say modular. The big thing about creating something that is systematic and repetitive is like again, you got to create that cookie cutter mold for it.
Mm-hmm.
So like modular sets is almost kind of how these things get built. So when you're like, oh no, I need another section that's an office or like a doctor's office or something, he's like, oh well, yeah, we got this. We just we'll be one short. We'll just have to make one extra. Like it's
yeah.
And that's kind of how they're doing it, is like, especially with like you guys requested like iron golem, like guards, like the things you guys have requested are like repetitive things that once you start putting them in motion, besides the magical stuff that costs things, a lot of it's just like you just gotta keep. There's like you make a factory and you repeat the process.
Yeah, it's mass production.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny too that because, like you say, the doctor on the ship is that half orc character I made, and her whole bit was that she has like all these skills, but is somehow being forced to be the doctor.
As you do. Evie.
That's fantastic.
Evie, how about you? Is there a certain thing that you would like on besides your crow's nest? Is there anything else on the ship, like a spot that you want, that you'd be like, this needs to exist? Like there is already a navigator's quarters, so like you don't need to request that. But if you want to request something fancy, you're welcome to.
Nah, Evie really doesn't do fancy. A bed, a room with a bed, a table.
You get
stuff to write with.
I mean, you get that by the dozen. Like, you are never short on supplies for like casual wants and hobbies.
I have an idea for you, Evie.
Say
What if you made? I have an idea for you. If you made the crow's nest accessible like a tube, so that no matter what velocity you're going at, and dome out the top of it, so that you always had access to the crow's nest no matter what situation we were in, underwater, in a torrent, what have you.
Yeah, because let's be real, I'd be in the crow's nest until it is time to leave the ship.
Or even if
sleeping.
it's raining.
Done it.
We can do that. So it kind of gets like the instead of just being an open air one, you have the option of having like a rain cover where it just goes a little bit beyond the crow's nest that can come down and be like a solid lid for it. But also the floor basically is its own manhole cover that you can like turn and twist upwards. And you're a monk, so you can have your feet against the wall, turn this thing, lift it up, and then go slide down to whatever floor you want to. But yeah, that's totally easy, and that gives you full access to like every level. Some people probably don't know that you have access to the rooms from this thing, but that's fine. They don't need to know. You're the rogue. You're a warlock now. I don't want to hear it.
No.
Saw that look, Leo. Malen. Nope. What's up?
That's it. I'm done.
All right. Malen, you do not have a defined spot, but they planned on having wizards, so there's probably a very wizardy area, a place for people to do magecraft, a place for people to write stuff, spell books, stuff like that, spell scrolls.
Library.
A library, yeah, a big library. Is there any, if you...
Did I say it?
No, I said it like that.
Oh, okay.
I like to say things weird sometimes. If there was a spot that you were imagining on the ship, what would yours be? Out of curiosity.
Outside of the library, because that was basically it.
We can say it's the library. It's fine.
Yeah, like Malen walks on the boat, like not expecting, like she's like, "Oh, cool! This is like a worship of some kind." It is immediately like blown away by the fact that like, it can be used for all of these other things that have all of this stuff on it, and then walks into the library and is like, shuts the door and just stays in there until she gets like dragged out of it. She is like going through every single book and is like, we need this and this and this and this and this. And is making lists of things that need to be gathered to make this library even better than it already is.
Ponthorax is like, yes, we need to improve this library. There's no workout equipment in there. Can we like just get like something? It's for experimenting. Says it.
The training area and the library are not the same.
No, but
if you think that there are magical benefits to getting swole, what was your name again?
Ponth.
Pomp. Okay, she like writes it down in a spot that she will like immediately forget it. If you think that that's a thing that we can do, there's magical knowledge to be gained from getting swole. I want you to go for it with everything you have and let me know what you find out.
He just wants to be able to do some lifting, but also mage hand a book in front of him at the same time.
Malen doesn't connect that, but she's gonna let it go.
It just eventually happens because you guys have to travel for a while.
Yeah. And And Malen's like too focused on like this checklist that she's making.
But Evie, you tell him like the workout area or the training area is different. He's like, oh, where's the training area?
I think it's like 2 floors down. I wasn't really paying attention because
Monks, there's always a training area.
I also heard that there might be like one of those things off of a tree. You try that.
Pondax like looks between you. He's like, okay, I guess we're going, and like goes to the training area and finds this area where he can work out when he doesn't want to read, but he's going to make sure that he can also work out while reading, because he's a himbo. And we're just gonna let him multitask. Cool, but yeah, you guys are able to explore your
mumble. I'll just mumble in Elvish at him.
He
while he's lifting.
While he's lifting, he's going at it.
Evie's mumbling to herself in Elvish while he's lifting.
If he's ignoring me. That's whatever. But I know he understands.
He has a 15 perception. He's fine. He picks up what you're putting down. But yeah, you guys are able to explore your ship, and like Pardon and like the few other tech people help show you around some of the like specific spots. So they show you the areas that you guys should all need to know. One, there is a bottom level where there is an opening to allow goods and supplies to be let in, and also if you guys decided to ever do an airdrop, there's a location for you guys to jump out of.
We could have used that.
Yeah.
There's no time.
I was very excited when you all jumped off the top because I was like, I can't wait to explain this. Just later.
Building an airdrop site and then not using that airdrop site, but still leaping from the vessel is so us. Yeah.
Yep. So on brand for Team Blaster.
It's the correct energy.
Just Pardon on the deck after we've all jumped off, like pulling their scales out.
There is an area that is specific, like kind of like almost like the laboratory area where like the couple people that you have that does herbalism and also like poison concoctions and stuff like that. They work in that area. That area is like tightly sealed, so if there's ever a leak or something happens in there, something might happen, but at least it's contained. There is the main like commander quarters, which is like attached to the navigator's quarters. And in that area, there are 4 speaking stones that are made. A red, a yellow, and blue, and a white one. And they basically go, the red specifically talks to like in airship crew. Like it is full, like it covers everybody in the crew. So if you have to make an announcement to the entire crew at once, it goes to the entire crew. The yellow one announces outwards. So it sends out just outwards. So if you're communicating to people on the outside, you can communicate just to those people. It is like a very powerful thaumaturgy voice in a specific direction. The third one, which was I think blue, communicates specifically. Trying to remember which these are. I had them all designed out. I can't remember what this one is. I believe this one allows you to reconnect with your home base, which is it's home base. So this one lets you call back to what is your command center, basically, and lets you talk to the people back there.
Where Rickett and Jasjad are.
Yeah. And then the white one is specifically for this ship, which is an all-hail frequency to every other ship. So if like you say something is going on that needs everything, this goes to home base, this goes to every ship, this announces on the outside of your ship. This is like emergency beacon basically, but you guys are the only ones who have access to it. And it doesn't have to only be emergencies, but it's basically, hi, this is the director, this is the people in charge. We are sending out this message to everyone. It's Optimus Prime at the end of the first Transformers movie. Calling all Autobots in the stars, wherever you are. Yeah, it's
cool.
So they show you Pardon shows you this setup. And there's obviously plenty of navigation equipment besides updated maps and stuff, which they also have like illustrations and images of a volley that Arvin is able to like basically copy and like have images of, so that way like you guys know where you're going. So you have like the names of streets, you have what original shops look like, so you're able to like see and hone in on those. And as you guys are looking at these images and you're looking at some of these illustrations, we cut back into what is probably just like a normal building on the illustration, but slowly we fade in and see it at its current state, tilted to the side, covered in ice, as Evie leading the crowd. It's just cutting through everything silently and swiftly with a 16 on a natural 2, which is ridiculous. And the rest of you guys, who are not as quiet, at least some of you, Bear and I believe Dennis, are probably not quiet at the very least. I don't know Gromagul.
Malen is literally just trying not to be pulled away by the cat.
Yeah, what is the passive stealth of Malen and Gromagul, out of curiosity?
Gromagul. Well, one
So
moment.
10
sorry,
plus.
Sorry.
It's fine. 10 plus whatever the skill is.
I mean, Dennis
Well,
isn't great.
22.
22, nice. Yeah. I'm glad you took the rogue part of your Barber rogue. What's Malen?
12.
12, nice. Thorax is a 13. Clam is also a 13. Because most of her stuff is in charisma shit.
And Bear is a 15. Thank you very much.
That is surprising.
Clem is riding a giant owl with me, though, so.
We beefed up Bear, though.
True.
Dennis is technically a 7.
Yeah. Because you have -5.
Yep. Because full plate.
Yeah, so you guys, the silent wings of an owl slowly flapping through the air. Most of you guys, for the most part, being quiet here and there, as quiet as you can. Some of you guys are very good at it. Some of you are okay. And then clink, 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 clink.
I'm on a recliner, thank you very much. I'm just very loud on this recliner.
You have one knee shaking in anticipation, and it's just going clink, 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 clink.
He's probably cold.
That's true.
I will say being
shivering.
I will say being on the recliner, I like. If it was a broom, I would get rid of your disadvantage because you wouldn't be making noise. But it's also a recliner, so I'm just gonna let it stay even.
That is absolutely.
What color is it?
It's like that dirty green that you see in every house, or like in a Savers somewhere. It's that color.
Gross.
Delightful.
Exactly.
I will say at this point, unless you guys choose not to, which you can, you're at the point where you are getting these mini, like just formed elementals attacking you guys just from seeing you. They don't have the mental capacity to register you as something good or bad. They're just registering you as something, and in their current state, they just want to hurt you. So you guys can kill them as you're going by, or you can all choose to try to avoid them.
I mean, I feel like Malen, who is moving at half speed and just trying not to get blown away, is trying to primarily like, stop, leave me alone, and then once she realizes that's not working, it's just blasting.
Oh my god.
Bill sees this, huffs, because he's still angry, and then tells Bear and B speak, put her between us so she's not getting fucking attacked all the time, just wasting her magic. And you just have Bear and Gromagul kind of flank you. And as these ice things start attacking, Grom just swats at them with the hammer, and Bear just paws at him with a.
Nice. Let's see.
Dennis helps by just throwing lions at problems.
Nice. Clank, clank, clank. Big metallic lions. as this does go on, Ponthorax conjures minor elementals, but makes little earth elementals to punch the air guys. So he has like 4 little like earth elementals that are just kind of like boxing the air ones.
Very swole earth element.
They're not quiet either. So everyone's being not quiet.
They rock'em sock'em robots.
Basically.
I never checked the chat. Did Mel name my owl yet?
No, I think Mel came and dropped by a GIF and then left.
Oh.
Yep.
Does anyone want to name the owl? Owly? Hooters?
We'll get back to it.
No.
Hooters, friends with Barkers.
Oh my god. Nobody's friends with Barkers.
Yeah, that guy's a loser.
That guy's a dick.
Edie, as you are going around, you are in the lead, and you are technically the most stealthy currently of the group. Your passive stealth is wild by comparison to. You notice as you guys start getting in, there's layers, like outer layers, and each time you go like in a ring, a couple rigs in, you are dealing with actual sentries and guards. Like these look like the air elementals, but they are wearing armor. They have like fully fledged weapons, and they are like paying attention and scouting. You're the first one to see them. Everyone else is like too far back. They're slowly coming, but they make slower progress, or they're trying to be stealthier, where you're able to be stealthy and quick at the same time.
Their guard. Yeah. This is tough because a part of me just wants to ignore them and keep going, but I know better.
Get him. Just started off strong.
Is there a guard? How many guards are there?
There are multiple elementals. You're seeing like air elementals themselves, like the normal, like just little whirlwind people. The normal ones, there's about 5 or 6 of them. Some of them like keep moving and changing places. Of the ice mephits, there's like 10. And then of like the mini elementals that just like come into existence, punch you once, and then they die, there's like another 5. There are 2 full-blown air elemental myrmidons, which are like the fully armored, intelligent like captains or commanders.
Yeah, we're gonna have to deal with that.
Is it boulder time?
You know what? We're gonna try and do this without being noticed first. Vinny, can I get up behind one of the commanders and punch the back of its head?
Roll me a stealth check.
That's a nat 20.
100%.
Okay. Well,
for what it's worth, the total is a 34.
Yeah, good. I was real worried. Thank you for clarifying.
Very nice.
That offsets all the times I've rolled 1s on stealth.
A bit.
Just a little.
We'll get there.
Yeah, you can 100%. You have advantage on your first strike, or this round. You'll have advantage on your first hit. Are you warning anybody before you go off and do this, or are you just like trying to take out one of these guys before anybody else even shows up?
I was gonna try and take them out. Take one out before take one out ahead of time to kind of maybe give everybody an advantage.
Cool. All right, so you nat 20, 34. You're invisible. No one knows you're there. Yeah, you go ahead and
ninja dust.
Tell me what you're doing for your turn, because you can 100%.
A log.
I literally just want to. Ideally, I want to render this guy unconscious.
Yeah, well, let me know how you're doing it. Are you like you punching? You using magic? You using
No,
combination?
we are not using magic yet, because that defeats the purpose of stealth.
Fair enough.
So we're just gonna go with one fist and then another.
Pop, pop.
There's the nat one.
Wait,
I
I changed that to a 13.
Wait a minute. I was gonna say I can re-roll that too, can't I?
You have advantage. So
Oh.
remember, roll 2
All
dice for each strike.
Okay. Do that first.
Well, the second dice for the first attack is a 15 on the dice, so that's a 24 for an attack.
100% hits. Roll the other attack, and then we can do damage afterwards, just so we know.
Dirty 20 on the second.
Yep, both hit.
And then we get sneak attack damage on top of that.
Ooh.
Which means more dice. First attack does 12 damage.
Cool.
Second one. 16 does 20.
Jeez. Okay. That is 32 in total. All right. 2 quick bops to the back of this person's head. Doesn't take him out. Hurts him quite a bit though. You jostle his brains. It's not doing well. Yeah, so 2 strikes to the back of the head of this creature. You hear ice breaking as like the armor that's on it just slowly cracks. But it turns around, and do you understand Auron?
Probs not. No, I understand Elvish, Common, and Thieves' Cat.
Okay. You don't understand what this thing says in response, but it looks pissed. So they are going to attempt to try to fight you back. You guys are not incredibly far away. We're gonna roll initiative. I know we're doing this real late, but I'm gonna see how quickly you guys can kill these fuckers.
Very.
Yeah.
Wow.
Who got a 12?
Malen.
Yeah.
18.
10.
8.
Wow, monks.
A lower 10.
Ooh.
Nice.
This is the first time I'm like up in the fucking initiative order.
Let's see.
Sir?
8 current.
How are the monks going last?
Can't win them all. I'd rather roll low on initiative than an attack where it matters.
Was it 15 or 18 for you? 15?
I think it was 18 for Leo.
18, sorry.
You're fine. 1, 2, 3, 5. That's you 5. All right, gonna roll 2 d20s for your additional combatants. That is a 12 and a 19. Okay. So Clem is technically going first, which is actually really good for what's about to happen.
I love it.
12 is...
You got it, baby.
12 was... And then we roll initiative for these guys. I'm just going to roll 1 initiative for everybody. Wow, they rolled lower than all of you.
Am I going
we're
first?
Good. Nice.
Am I going first?
You're going second. Clem is going before you. But you're going to like this anyways.
Well, you know what? That makes sense. The bunny goes first.
Yeah. Clem actually does a really low whistle that you can hear, Grom. Waves a hand and casts Enlarge on you. So we watch as Grom This is assuming that you guys all talked out about your skills beforehand, so someone actually understands that you need to be bigger for your hammer to do more things.
Yeah.
As this happens, Malen's like stepping out of range because the size is getting large. Like, oh, okay.
So Grom, you are now effectively a large creature. And Clem gives you a wink, Corinne, and then she wraps her whips around herself, and goes and runs like away. She is not directly combating if she can avoid it. She would rather assist, so she puts that on you, and then she is going to wait for an opening to see if she can help again. Rom, it is now your turn. You watch these two air elementals turning around, whipping out flails that are covered in electricity, and they both look like they're about to strike on Evie.
That's not okay, so I'm going to throw the hammer.
Gotcha.
17.
17 doesn't hit.
God damn it. Alright, snaps his finger. Comes back to his hand. He's a little pissed. So can I use Pebble Time as my second attack? Is that allowed?
I think so. I don't remember off the top of my head, but I'm down to allow it right now.
Alright, it's Pebble Time. He takes the pebble out, tosses it up, and whacks it with the hammer. As it hurls through the air, it gets larger and larger. And that's just a regular attack on that. Another fucking 7.
You can use fate points to increase your rolls.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I keep forgetting I have those, so I'm going to do that.
Cool. How many points are you using?
Let's say 3.
Cool. Dirty 20 does in fact hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Apologies, I have to double check this. I'm sorry. Yep, okay. So that would be an 11 damage. Oh, wait. That's incorrect. Sorry. I need 2 more D4 on that. Alright, so that's 15.
You guys watch as Grom it goes in, hits one of these two. One of them looks decently hurt. Doesn't look like fucked up, but like between just those 2 hits, one of them got hurt decently bad. Anything for Bear?
Bear is gonna charge up as Bear does. And he's gonna make his 2 attacks.
Gotcha.
One, he's gonna bite at the wind.
Nice.
And his bite attack is 14, that doesn't hit. And his claw attack is a 19.
19 hits.
Alright. Ten damage. Slashing damage.
10 damage. Some Bear just scrapes right into the one that everyone I'm gonna just assume everyone's attacking the one at a time. You know, kill one, then take on the other.
It's attacking Evie, yeah.
Like professionals.
Yeah. Vinny's just assuming to save time. Malen, you're up next. You watch Bear tumble in after a giant boulder magically appears mid-air, knocking this air elemental Myrmidon around. What would you like to do?
Malen just claps delightedly because things seem to be going so well. And she is going to see here. She's going to sort of like make like this plucking motion from her own like brow and then like point it towards, I guess, the one that is damaged. And it's going to need to make an intelligence saving throw. DC 18.
Has a -1, so it needs 18. It rolled a natural 1, so it rolled a 0.
Cool. So it is going to take. I cast Mind Sliver.
Solid choice.
So it's going to take 3d6 damage. Stop it.
Nope.
Or not. What? It's not?
No, I meant like no, I won't stop it. I don't know what's going on. It's okay. Keep going.
No, I'm trying to pick up the dice and it's not. It's not cooperating.
I get that struggle.
So that's 8, 9. So it's going to take 9 psychic damage. And it's going to subtract 1d4 from the next saving throw it makes before the end of my next turn.
Okay. Solid.
So fuck up its head real good.
Yep.
Ah.
You put some of your own thought processes, which are quackers, and put it into its head, which drive it insane, because it can barely comprehend random humanoid thoughts, as it is. So you rightly screw its head up. Right? Blaze.
Thank you.
Next up is Ponth. What is Ponth going to do? Ponth has lots of assisting spells. Not so great with thing. Oh, he has the elementals. He's gonna have the 4 minor little earth elementals just like come up and start like punching at it. I'm gonna just let that be. Ponth's turn. Evie, you're up next. This guy who hit you is now surrounded by 4 little earth elementals that are punching at its kneecaps. What would you like to do? And like 3 other people are also there. Bear is there.
In which case, then I'll move on to the next one. Or is everything within like 50 feet?
They're both within like 15 feet. So yeah.
In which case, then let me triple check the range of my gauntlets, because it would help if I could type. Make me the one that hasn't been hurt yet needs to make me a dexterity saving throw.
18.
Boo.
Boo. No. Wait, no, I can't do that. Never mind.
Oh, it has to do a minus a d4. Oh no, because you picked the other one. Never mind.
Yup. Because I was trying to do something awesome, and
I mean, does whatever you do still hurt it?
No, because I'm trying to do Sacred Flame.
Gotcha.
However, bonus action time. Let's try a Wisdom saving throw.
There's no pluses to that. 17?
God damn it. Actually, let me check that. Let me check, because I don't remember what my saves are for these.
It's Wisdom plus proficiency.
Yep. Plus 8.
Plus 5, plus, yeah, whatever.
And it's more of my Wisdom is decidedly average, so yeah, 17. That's equal, so Lark.
Okay, so
let me see. Let me see if that takes. Yeah, that is a whole lot of nothing happens.
All right, so you fire out this necrotic and radiant energy. The second one, which wasn't hurt, and also after seeing the other one got attacked, got to prepare. Just dodges out of the way of these things as they're coming for it.
Yeah, pretty much.
It was able to save itself a little bit. Deh-nys. Or Evie, anything else for your turn?
No, that's it.
Deh-nys, your turn.
So Deh-nys, popping up onto the recliner like a surfer, surfs in to one of the these myrmidons. Does one look really badly hurt?
Like decently. Like 50,
Decently?
like 50%, you could say.
Okay, so Deh-nys leaps off of his recliner with his blade and then just supercharges it and then goes to just slam it right into the myrmidon.
Okay.
Actually, I'm going to use Roll20, and
yeah, because you set it all up on there. It'll probably make your life easier.
And I'm just going to decide to not roll. The roll doesn't matter. I'm using a divination. 20.
Yeah, 20 hits. You don't even want to roll to see if you don't need to roll.
Nope.
Okay.
I just want to make sure. And technically, I would have hit anyway. Anyways,
then why did
so? Because technically, that's how it works. I'm going to burn a 4th level spell to smite.
Gotcha.
Deh-nys.
I'm pretty sure you kill
Damn.
it. Something just tells me.
No, what? Deh-nys doesn't. Yeah, maybe. So he does 6 regular damage, 4 cold, 9 thunder, and 29 necrotic.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, you Rurouni Kenshin one slice kill this thing.
Deh-nys reveals the swordsmanship again.
Yeah, okay. One Myrmidon is down very quickly. Good job. Nice. Alright, that is Dennis's turn. There is one air elemental left. Kieran, it is your turn.
Has this one been damaged at all?
No. This is the one that got out of the way of Evie's elemental, or not elemental.
The gauntlets.
The gauntlets.
The last thing is that attack was heard 300 feet away. Sorry.
I already knew when you told me Thunder Smite. I was like, oh, thank you.
Everyone knows we're here now.
A
All
gift.
of China knows you're here.
A gift.
Yep.
Thank you.
That is all.
Fucking Deh-nys.
And we all know Corinne can't
Every time.
be shown up, so I have a feeling we're about to watch some bullshit.
Bring it.
One shot at Corinne. Come on.
Come on, show us shoot style. We know you're gonna do it.
All right, fucking
12%.
Sees
Come on.
her team doing absolute badassery. She's so proud of Malen, her new adopted wizard child. And yeah, you just see her tattoos light up. They start at her fingertips and her toes and just travel up her whole body until the ones on her face light up and throw her hair back. As she powers up her flash step tattoo. So she gets haste, which adds to her AC. And it's time to make some attacks, I guess. What was the thing we decided? It had to do with her Aasimar form, right?
It's the first hit gets the extra stuff, not
the
every
first
hit.
All right, we'll save it. We'll save that particular power because haste lasts a while in this form.
Yep.
So yeah. And I think there's no damage benefit to using Arvin as a spear, right?
It's a +1.
But to hit, but not to damage, right?
No, it's a plus. It's basically a +1 spear, or a +1 weapon. So it's a +1 to damage and attack rolls.
What was the? Does it take an action or a bonus action to convert her?
Probably a bonus action.
Look at her sheet. Form shift as a bonus action. All right. Well, we're gonna want Fury of Blows, so Sorry, everyone. It's been a while since we've played these characters, and I have a lot on my sheet. All right. Attacks. Here we go. Come on, Corinne. That's a 14 and a 15.
On the dice or in total?
In total for the first two.
Those are both.
If I turn one into an 11, does that help?
Yeah.
I turn one into an 11.
Okay.
So 11 on the dice.
Now it's a 19.
19 hits?
And a 15.
15
I wonder if I could add anything. Oh, can I use a fate point?
Yeah, you can use fate points to bump it up. Like 1 point is like 1 addition.
It doesn't give me advantage.
It doesn't give advantage. It's not inspiration. It's basically you get to do math.
Adds.
Yeah, you add or subtract the rules.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I could burn all 3 fate points I have and make it an 18.
I don't know.
They
I think
not hit.
I think their AC is either 18 or 19. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Did anybody remember?
We haven't rolled an 18 yet, I think.
You have not.
Is it a 17?
You've rolled a 17 and a 19. You don't know about 18.
Do you want to take that gamble?
Yeah, what are fate points for?
Feeling lucky, punk?
It's 18 now, Vinny.
Cool.
Do I hit?
18 hits.
Hell yeah. All right.
It's a magic number.
Cool. Let's roll more attacks because that's all that she's gonna do this round.
Yep.
So bonus action flurry of blows, that's 2 more. That's better. One will miss because it's a 3 on the dice, but the other one is a 21.
1 hits. 3 hits.
And I'll use my hasted action for an attack as well. Pew! 23.
23 hits. It's 4 attacks.
4 attacks at a D8 apiece. 10 plus 8. 18. 15. That's 4. So 18 and 15 total.
That's all 4 attacks?
Yeah. Because it's 1d8 plus 4, and I just rolled 2 dice and added 8 to them twice.
Okay.
I did math.
18 and 15.
18 and 15 is 4 attacks worth of damage.
Okay. So that is 33. Okay, cool. That does bring us back to the top of the order. After all those quick and steady attacks, Clem does come around and using something called her Dazzling Charges, is able to take her whip out and does 3 hits. The first hit, I already rolled all this while you guys were doing things to make my life easier. The first hit does a little more of like an explosive, like sheer cut into it. The other 2 do normal. She also deals like about 30 damage between her 3 attacks. She does tax some of her stuff, so she has to regain charges and things. So she uses some of her ability just to try to get this thing finished off. So you guys don't have to deal with it after hearing the thunderous explosion from 20 feet away. And Clem's like, what the hell was that? That was a bad idea. Grom, you're up next.
All right.
Oh, can my owl do something?
Owl can attack.
Yeah, giant owl.
Sure. Grom go anyways. Just let me know if the owl hits or not. And
The owl got a 17 on the die. I imagine they add something to that.
yeah, that hits.
I don't know what a giant owl does.
I'll let you know. See, giant owl does 2d6 plus 1.
2d6. 5 damage.
Cool. All right. Next up is Grom. We got Grom, Malen, and Ponth and Evie.
So, Grom puts his hammer Oh, that's a natural.
No.
Natural ones do
It's-
happen.
Huh?
Back up a little off your mic, Leo. You're popping yourself.
Sorry.
There you go.
Thank you.
Yeah, natural ones happen. It's a thing.
Yep. So he gets angry and is gonna throw the Eldritch Blast. Which, how many per attack do I get?
I don't think you can do that since you
Just one?
did an attack already.
Oh. Damn. Alright. Well, then he's gonna bonus action rage. And then can I do my second attack after I rage?
I'll allow
Thank
it.
you. I know technically I'm not supposed to, but thank you.
It's fine.
I'm just gonna attack no. Right. That's a 27.
Cool. 27 hits.
Plus 2. 9 damage.
Damage. All right. That hurts. He's looking hurt. Is not looking incredibly rough yet. Bear and then Malen. Sorry, I added Bear.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Bear is gonna bite. And that is a natural 15 plus, I think, 8. That'll hit, yes.
Hell yeah.
And the second one, and a slash. That's a 19. So
That hits.
in total, that's 19 damage from the bear.
Some Bear is a trained killer. All right.
But also the sweetest boy.
Yes.
So the bestest boy.
Malen,
Just the bestest.
is your turn.
Alright. I think because it's just the Myrmidons right now, right? It's not like all the little leads.
Yeah, nothing else. I mean, they all heard a calling card. But for now.
I think I'm gonna go with good old Firebolt.
Firebolt, got you.
Mana's just gonna look around, seeing everyone doing fucking amazing things after being a nerd in the library this whole time. She's like, wow. It's like I got isekai or something. This is crazy. And so let's see. Where's my range? So it's at 10. Okay. 13 plus 10 is 23.
23 hits.
Yes. Okay. So that is going to be 3d10. 1 out of 10. See here. That is not fantastic. 5, 6, 8 damage.
How much?
8 fire damage.
Gotcha. Right.
D10.
Looking
More damage.
pretty hurt now. I already rolled for the elementals who hit a little bit and make it look even more hurt. This thing's on death's door. Evie, you are awake.
You got this.
Oh boy, I am fading.
Yeah, it's fine. This thing's literally about to die, and it's your turn. So,
All right. Well, I'm just gonna run in and punch it then, because that seems to work.
That's fair. Well,
On 2 attacks, a nat 20 and a 17 on the dice.
yeah, those both hit.
Crushing it.
Very nice.
For a total of 7 damage per each, so 14 damage.
Cool. Just because I don't know if you consider this thing a human or humanoid, are you being merciful and leaving it alive, or are you killing it?
Does it look like a human?
I mean, it is.
Does it look like an elemental, or does it look?
It looks
more
like an elemental. It comes up with like a wispy genie tail, It has crazy armor. It's in a humanoid-esque form, but there is no visible there's no visible human features on it.
If there's no visible human features, then as far as Evie's concerned, it's not human and therefore is dead.
All right, it has been taken out. So you are able to kill this other sentry for this area. After you do that, it goes from very loud for a few moments to very, very quiet. As it gets
that
very,
was easy.
As you say that, why
almost too easy?
Why do you say that? Why did you both say that?
Because you set us up for it.
Yeah.
Dennis gets really excited.
There seems to basically be sort of like sort of at your edge of the ocean, and you watch the water receding a little too far. You feel that pull in of air as it's coming back towards the center of the city, and you hear like a low growl that echoes and just reverberates throughout all of the ground as the air exhales back out towards you. You all feel a literal chill, whether it's a figurative one is up to you, but there is a literal chill to your guys' bones as this like cold, frigid air comes back out towards all of you. And you assume whatever it is you're supposed to find in this place now knows you're here, as does everything else within at least 300 feet.
Well, fuck.
And on that, well, fuck, we're going to end the
Team
session
Blaster, there's some hero work to do.
Yup.
All right, we're going to end the session here. Next session, we will pick up with you guys probably fighting this dragon, unless y'all get sidetracked, which, I mean, you guys never do, so that's not
Never.
really
I was going to say,
concern.
We couldn't.
Why would you even suggest that?
Why would you suggest we do things the easy way?
Yeah, gosh. I mean, it's not like it's a cute dragon, right?
The other dragon was on fire. You didn't have a reason to think it was cute.
No, that dragon was pretty hot.
No. Bad. On that really bad joke. Well, before we actually like literally end it, just a last reminder, we have a Kickstarter going. I will drop the link in the chat one more time. We'd love it if you check it out, guys. We appreciate any and all support that you may be giving to that. Until next time, Wednesday we have the Blight Arc. Friday we have Gentlefolk. Sunday we have Light Arc. And next month, I believe we said the 23rd, you can rejoin the Fire Arc as they try to complete these missions given to them by God, him, them, Shem, selves, all the above. Their divine mission, which is just very fun to say for you guys.
Cleanup crew. God's janitors.
Boil it down.
I guess that's what we could have called you guys the whole time. Thank you for coming along, guys. Have a good night, and we will see you next time.
Good night.